What's going on, guys? Welcome to Zack Milne Talks Live. Great to see you guys here tonight. Thank you, everyone who's joining us live, watching the replay, or listening over at the Zack Milne Talks Movies podcast. You can get that on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. If you can't make it here live, you can always hear the audio, and we appreciate you just as much over there. Guys, we've got a fun show here tonight, and I'm not alone. You might have seen the title if you guys were eagle-eyeing it. I've got my good friend. You get a double dose of Zack tonight. Zack Goller is on the show tonight. What's going on, man?
I'm living life. I'm happy to be with another Zack over here on the medium, one of the nicest guys I know. It's quite the introduction, my friend. Please subscribe to Zack Milne if you haven't already. It's a real treat to be here. I can't wait to talk about some geeky stuff with you.
Absolutely, man. And also subscribe to Zack Goller. His channel link is in the description, so you have no excuse. Go over there and subscribe to him right now. Let's see what's going on in the chat right now. Who's in here? We got Nick Barkenhagen backup. I hope I win the digital copy of DC League of Super Pets. Man,
just getting right to it, huh?
Around. Yeah, I know what he's here for. Stick around, man. Absolutely. He also goes on to say, how can I get a chance to win a DC League of Super Pets digital code? Well, I'm going to talk about that in just a little bit, but rest assured that's a possibility tonight, man. I was not lying. If you guys saw the short that I posted a couple days ago, I'm giving away a copy of DC League of Super Pets, and that will be up just a little bit. Yeah. Luke Ponto's in here. My two favorite Zacks. What's going on, my bros?
That's what I like to hear, brother.
Thanks for being here, Luke Ponto. Good to see you as always, man. We got Namor in here. We're going to talk a little bit about you a little bit later. Thanks for being here, man. I think Iron Man as an AI or a variant should appear in Armor Wars. I think we're going to get into that for sure when we talk about Armor Wars. I can't say I agree, but we'll talk about it. And Elizabeth is in here. How's it going, Zack? I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, man?
Elizabeth, I think I mentioned I just got back from Disneyland like a week ago, so I'm still pretty much on a high. I don't want to say I'm like jet lagged because I'm just driving down like 5 hours over there, but I'm doing good, recovering still, but happy to be here.
That's awesome. I haven't been to Disneyland since I've only been there once. It was like 5 years ago, and
bro, before
they didn't
all
have
the
Star Wars
Wars
or
stuff, dude,
I missed it all.
The ride they have in Star Wars Land, the flagship one, not the Millennium Falcon, but you got to ride the other one, Rise of the Resistance. That is a game changer. It will alter your life.
You know what? Star Wars thing I did do at Disneyland when I went there, though. I don't know if they still have it. Star Tours.
Oh yeah, they have that for sure.
Yeah, you know what? That was both a fun time and a really sad time because it made me realize that I could not live in the Star Wars galaxy because I got so sick from that ride. Like the way that the ship just zooms through and the motion. Yeah, I was like, I would never survive in Star Wars.
I had the same problem in January when I rode Star Tours. I rode it like that was one of my last rides of the night, and I was just like so done. And I think it was because I hadn't eaten in like 7 hours since like lunchtime at the point. Oof. So thankfully there was that pizza place right next door. So we just did that. I was totally fine for the rest of the night. Went on Space Mountain like nothing had happened. But lesson learned: if you're to ride Star Tours at Disneyland, Disney World, wherever you are, Disneyland Paris, I don't know. Definitely eat something. Definitely have like a granola bar before you go on that. Have one handy. But
that's really good advice.
Yeah.
Nick goes on to say, "Hello, Zack Goller."
Hello, Nick. How you doing? Hopefully you win that code.
Yeah, well, stay tuned. Luke Ponto, I'll just say I did not get nightmares from Smile. Well, that's good, man. Have you seen Smile? Did you watch that?
And I'll tell you this, Luke and I have talked about this already, but he loved that movie. I thought the first half was terrible. Like I was sitting through it and I was like, man, this is so overly reliant on jump scares and yada, yada, yada. But then it almost felt like halfway through the movie just suddenly came alive, and I was like, this is bonkers, and it's really fun. But I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was. It's certainly not better than Nope, certainly not better than The Black Phone. I have a full review of it, but I mean, it was fun for what it was.
Nice, man. I'm not gonna see it. I'm probably gonna say that for next year's Halloween reactions.
There you go.
That's where I'll do that.
In other words, it looks too much like Truth or Dare. Anyway.
Oh my goodness, I remember watching the trailer for Truth or Dare. You're so right. That's totally similar. Namor, Shang-Chi 2 should release February. Is that February? January? Yeah, February 2nd, 2025.
225. Yeah, that would put it right before the Kang Dynasty, Namor.
Yeah, I think it's definitely coming out before Secret Wars.
Yeah. If nothing else, I think Shang-Chi 2 could definitely be the sandwich movie between both Avengers ones that we're getting.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. I could see that absolutely. Lisbeth, I just watched. Oh, I just finished the first episode of Chucky season 2. Funny you bring up Chucky. He's going to come in a little bit later here today. All right, guys. So here's how the show is going to go for all you guys that haven't been here before, and even for Zach, who's the guest. Basically, we've got predetermined topics. We're going to talk about all those topics. In between the topics, we're going to take your live comments and questions till the very end. After all the topics are done, you guys are going to be able to submit your live comments and questions for as long as you guys want to talk to us for. I don't know about Zach, but we'll be here all night. Do you have plans tomorrow?
Well, I mean, other than driving my dad to the airport, I mean, I'm pretty open, but yeah, I'll be here. I'll be here as long as you want to be, man.
All right. And
what is sleep?
As Nick wrote in, yes, tonight we are giving away a digital copy code. I want to preface this though. The digital copy code for Super Pets is only in the United States. That's the only place it's able to be used. So if you're not in the United States, I apologize about that, but I also didn't make the rules, so it's just how it is. So yes, guys, if you go to this website, wb.com/redeem movie, have that up during the episode because I'm going to drop the digital copy code at any time. You got to be watching the show. You got to be watching all the way through because you never know when that digital copy code is coming up. But stick to this website. Make sure you have it handy and ready to go because that digital copy code could pop up on screen at any time and you want to be the first one to get it. So that's how that's going to work tonight. So moving on, beginning the show today.
Apologies in advance to anybody listening to the podcast version having no chance at a free movie.
Yeah, sorry guys. I mean, we appreciate you just the same, but you got to be watching live. Sorry,
of course. Yeah, I mean, it's Dwayne Johnson. I mean, you can't really go wrong with a movie with him in it.
Man, I watched the. Well, actually, I only watched half the movie. I never finished it. It was so jarring when Crypto spoke to me. Like when he spoke, I was like, that doesn't fit. Eventually, I could adjust to it, but when he first spoke, I was like, no, I don't see it. But that's just me. All right, man. Before we get into our main topics, I know that Zach really wants to talk about this because we didn't get a chance to last week. Look at that, man.
Oh,
Deadpool 3.
Zach, I'm so happy you're covering this again.
I talked at nauseum about it last week, but dude, go off. Tell me everything. Wolverine is back in Deadpool 3. What do you think about that?
For those of you just listening to the podcast version, I'm smiling like an idiot right now. But here's my thing, Zach. I was waiting in line, I think I want to say it was for Star Tours, actually, when I was just scrolling through Twitter and I see, Ryan Reynolds posted a Deadpool 3 announcement and I see Hugh Jackman sitting next to him with no context. And I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. That's a joke. I thought it was like I don't want to call it a Funny or Die sketch or anything like that. But in any case, I legitimately thought that they were pulling our legs. But no, Hugh Jackman's back, and apparently this movie is set before Logan, which will explain Hugh Jackman's return into the role that he said he would never play again, which is living proof, my friends.
I tweeted the day that this was announced, actually, that you bring that up. I tweeted out, is it too much of a deep cut to call Deadpool 3 Never Say Never Again? For those of you who don't know, Sean Connery played James Bond, and then once he finished his last movie, he said he would never play the character again. And a studio in the UK that had the rights to James Bond over there got him to do a James Bond movie, and they titled it Never Say Never Again, based on the fact that Sean Connery said he would never play the character again.
Good God, man. I mean, yeah, let's check up on Daniel Craig in about 20 years and see what he thinks. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm really excited. I think this has potential to really be really something special for the MCU, probably on the same level as No Way Home, if I'm being honest, which is, if you've been with Zack Milne for a while, I've been a guest over here before, which is just awesome. But I said that No Way Home was my number 2 favorite MCU movie. So Deadpool 3 hopefully has a potential to top that. And 2024 is looking stacked too, because it comes out right in between Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah.
Where that fits in the
Oh yeah.
timeline, I don't know, but I mean, I'm just excited to see Ryan Reynolds back. Hugh Jackman is just one of the most pleasant surprises I can remember. But um, yeah, again,
Yeah.
I don't want to spend too much time on it because I know you talked a lot about it
I
already.
do want
But
to hear though before we
uh,
we move on. What do you think this means for mutants in the MCU? What do you think this means? What are they doing?
oh man, dude, I haven't even thought that far ahead. I'm just gonna be along for the ride here. I mean, I have read on a lot of outlets that the mutants were probably not going to be fully intact in the Marvel universe until like I don't know, like until after the multiverse saga is all wrapped up, maybe another few years after that. It's going to be a while, guys. But slowly but surely, they're not forcing all the mutants on you. Like, look at these people. Aren't they weird? You know, like, I really appreciate how organic it is. Like, one at a time. The reference in Miss Marvel, the announcement of Hugh Jackman coming back. It all feels very I don't know what the word is. I don't want to use the word organic again, but that's the best way I can describe it
Yeah,
here.
it
It's
almost feels full circle to me,
mhm,
you know?
yeah.
Like the X-Men arguably I did Blade come first? I can't remember if Blade came first or X-Men, but X-Men is one that's usually credited with starting off the big superhero um, you know, era that we're in right now.
Yes, Blade came
X-Men
first.
Blade came first. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone, no one credits Blade, but I guess it was Blade, X-Men, and Sam Raimi's Spider-Man that kind of put us in the superhero era that we're in. And now the MCU wouldn't exist with those movies, and the ones that kind of started those movies are coming into the MCU. It's a beautiful thing. I love
Oh,
seeing it.
it's so good, dude. Like, like I'm in disbelief that I'm saying that Hugh Jackman's gonna be in a Deadpool movie, and I never thought it was gonna happen. But like, maybe it'll be weird enough that people just fall in love with it. But
Yeah, it's
and it's gonna
wild.
be rated R too, so a lot
Yep.
of these kills are gonna be freaking brutal. Like,
Yeah.
and
You know
Wolverine.
they're gonna have more fun with the rated R than ever before, simply because they can say they're a Disney movie. And they're just gonna like play with that. Though I
and
cannot
the
wait.
and the jokes are gonna be thrown at the wall. Ryan Reynolds has so much ammo. Rest assured.
Oh yeah,
That's all I can
I
say.
can't wait.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, question is for you again. What do you guys think of Wolverine? Hugh Jackman's back in Deadpool 3. Comment down below. Let us know all your thoughts and opinions. And let's move on to our main topics of the night. But before we move on to our main topics, kind of like I did last time, you guys, the loyal viewers of Zach Milne Talks Live, you guys are here every week. I cannot thank you enough for that. The Halloween reaction series continues. This Saturday, I am releasing Child's Play. I've never seen a Chucky movie. Chucky is something that did freak me out when I was a kid, so this is kind of embracing a fear. So for you lucky viewers, you loyal viewers, check out this little sneak peek I have of the Child's Play Halloween reaction coming on Saturday. She's so dead, isn't she? Oh, there he is. Nice POV shot. Okay, where is he? They're setting it up for him to come out of the corner. Where is he? He locked the door or blocked the door with the chair? What was his plan? Was in the plant? Oh, behind the plant. Why would he be in the plant? What am I thinking? Oh, frick! Oh, no! Oh, crap! That was a powerful throw. Oh, my gosh.
I love that, dude. It's almost like a sonic boom almost sending her out the window, too. It's such
Yeah.
a fun kill.
Dude, it was
Love that.
so funny. The how far she stumbles back is like the whole movie's ridiculous. Like it was way more ridiculous than I was expecting.
Okay, yeah, it came out like around that stretch of scary movies like from the 70s, like with The Exorcist and The Omen going into the 80s, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
But yeah, guys, that's gonna be dropping on Saturday. So keep your eyes open for that. And thank you everyone that watched the Black Phone one. It's doing pretty well. All right, guys, moving on to our next main topic of the night. Did you see the Wakanda Forever official trailer that dropped?
Okay, so I saw the teaser. I haven't yet seen the official trailer, but aside from like those screenshots that we were seeing, but other than that, no, I haven't sat through the trailer. You know me, I have PTSD from watching the final trailer of anything. Like, I don't want to have too much
Right.
given to me, But uh,
Yeah. I will say this trailer, um, I didn't think it's hard to say I didn't think it was as good as the original teaser that they dropped because that was like the first ever glimpse that we were getting from Wakanda Forever. I still can't believe this comes out in November. Like it just feels so far away and it's so close. But they did do some great stuff with this trailer. First of all, I got the cinematography in this trailer alone. I like every still in this movie looks gorgeous.
I agree,
This
dude.
movie has a huge scope to it. We got our first like real look at Namor. He's flying with wings on his
With
feet.
the ankle wings, just like the comics.
It's magnificent. We get
Let's
our
search for let's make sure Namor is still in the comments. I don't know if he could be at two places at once, but
we get our look at kind of Ironheart doing her. I believe this is probably her first flight. I can't imagine this is going to be her actual suit. It kind of reminds me of like Ironmonger. So
a little
I
bit.
doubt that this is going to be the final thing, but that was really fun. They did hit us with the emotion still with
Hmm.
Chadwick Boseman and the loss and his character and then the end of the trailer. Who's this? Who's this?
I mean, all signs are pointing to Shuri, aren't they?
I've seen Shuri. I've seen Nakia. No one's quite sure. I saw
But
some
like,
theory out there that Shuri's gonna die. I don't think they're gonna kill off Shuri, but
but Zach, look who's at the front of the poster. Like, who's
yeah.
the character they're pushing? Like, who's the character that's going into the Black Panther cave and like, exchanging like the bro hugs and the bro handshakes with Ironheart, Rai Williams. It's Shuri. I
But
mean,
who's to say it's not a bait and switch?
I mean, yeah, MCU has done that before, but like, I don't know. I mean, it could be just a big old red herring, but I mean, as T'Challa's sister, it makes the most sense. Um, I mean, am I a fan of the choice? No, it's a little bit too obvious, and Letitia Wright isn't my favorite person on the planet, but like, I don't know. I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how this stuff is handled and how they explain T'Challa being gone now. And I mean, because they had a tough task. They had a really, really tough task, and it's crazy. It's coming out next month. Feels like Chadwick passed away yesterday. Like
Oh, it
it's
is next month. I was like, it's
it's
2 months away.
insane.
No, it's
Yeah,
like
it's
next
October
month.
now, dude.
Holy moly. Yeah, this movie,
Man,
I don't know. It like was missing for so long that it just came out of nowhere in
yeah,
my mind. Are you excited
yeah.
for Wakanda Forever? I don't think we've talked
It's
much about it.
it's not my most hyped project of the bunch. I honestly thought, like, all due respect to Chadwick, I honestly thought that the first Black Panther was a little bit overrated in my book. Like, I
Mhm.
liked it, but there were a lot of elements that felt kind of derivative to other stories that I've seen. And of course, the ending was very CGI heavy and it was way too noticeable. But I mean, no denying the cultural impact that it had. And I absolutely love that about it. But um, Wakanda Forever, therefore, I don't have like all that much hype for it as much as I did Love and Thunder. But
Mhm.
it's a Marvel movie in a theater. And the cool thing is to hate on Marvel now. I'm excited to go to the theater still.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I mean, it's an uphill battle for sure. I do not envy Ryan Coogler at all. The task that he has with this movie, there's so much, I'm sure, pressure on it, and
Brutal.
it looks like if anyone's gonna be able to pull it off, though, it looks like Ryan Coogler because it's
Yeah.
looking really good from everything I've been seeing.
I wonder if he got the same DP for the sequel from the original. It could be
Yeah, I
because
don't
those
know. I didn't
shots look
look.
gorgeous, but um, I mean, whoever it is, they did a really excellent job with it. Um,
Absolutely stepped up the game.
yeah. Oh, it looks good. I can't wait to see what they do with Namor as well. And I can't believe we were talking about mutants and like he's a big one. He's a big
Yeah,
one that they're introducing, and it's gonna be cool seeing like Atlantis and like the underwater realm in the Marvel universe, almost as their answer to Aquaman, if
it
you
does
want to
feel
call
that
it.
way. It also
If
kind of
you,
feels like they're pulling the rug out from under Avatar 2's feet with all the underwater sequences and stuff.
You want to talk about a movie I'm not excited for?
Man, no one's excited for Avatar 2 but me. Everyone I bring on.
Listen, I like the first Avatar. I don't hate it like a lot of other people do, but yeah, it's definitely very derivative of other movies. But
Yeah.
I mean, the visuals are just unfreaking believable, and I'm definitely planning on seeing The Way of Water in IMAX, but it's not going to be something I'm looking forward to necessarily. But um,
Yeah.
yeah, Wakanda Forever looks good. Point being.
Yeah. Well, question is for you guys. What do you guys think of the first official trailer for Wakanda Forever? Did it exceed the teaser for you or did it let you down? Comment down below. Let us know all your thoughts and opinions. And let's take a look at what you guys are saying. All right. We got to catch
Indeed.
up here. Where are we at? Jared Runner, thank you for joining us tonight, man. Thank you for being here. Howdy, y'all. Howdy, Jared. Thanks for being here.
What up, buddy?
Nick saying, "I hope I win." You know what? I kind of hope you win too. I shouldn't be pulling for people, but you want it so badly. I'm gonna feel bad if you don't get it. Neymar. Here, I think who should play Red Hulk and Thunderbolts? Harrison Ford. Oh yeah, did you see that report that apparently Marvel wants Harrison Ford for Thunderbolt Ross to replace
I
William
sure
Hurt?
did. I sure did. And I mean, the man's like what, 80 years old
He's
now?
80. Still playing
Which is
Indiana Jones though.
I know he is. I know he is, but I mean, I guess I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see it. I love Harrison Ford. I mean, if he is in there, cool, but Thunderbolts isn't really one of my hyped projects necessarily, but um whoever they cast, I mean, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I mean I mean, I love me some Harrison Ford, so I'm not gonna complain.
Dad, get off my plane.
Jared Runner, I'm skipping the digital code. Oh, okay then. No worries, man. I guess
By
you
the
didn't like
way,
Super Pets.
I was looking up who the DP was for Wakanda Forever. 2 hour, 41-minute runtime.
Oh, you didn't see that yet?
What the heck, man?
Oh
The
man.
movie
Oh,
does not need to be that long.
honestly though, I think there's gonna be a large dedication at the beginning of the movie to Chadwick Boseman and T'Challa.
For
They're gonna
sure.
do a lot of
I
explanation of
didn't
what's
even think
going
about
on
that.
there. They're gonna mourn, and then it'll probably be like 30 minutes before the movie actually gets going, so to speak.
Like
So
the whole first act of Wakanda Forever is probably going to be that funeral for T'Challa that you saw in the trailer.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, 2 hours and 41 minutes though. Like that was just my gut reaction. I was like, for Black Panther 2?
I
Okay.
know it's a long movie. I think it's the second longest beside since Endgame.
Is it? Oh man, that can't be
Endgame's
true.
3 hours. I don't know what else is close to 3 hours in the
Well,
MCU.
Infinity War.
Oh yeah, you know what? You might be right. Infinity War is like 245,
Yeah.
isn't it? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like the
Yeah.
third. Okay. All right, I
Yeah,
was
probably
close.
number 3. Yeah, for sure.
Nick, I love to see the new Super Mario movie poster. Well, stay tuned, man. We'll definitely be talking about that in a minute. Luke Ponto, I really liked Super Pets. 4 out of 5 is my score.
Ooh.
Honestly, like I could give it a 3. I'm only halfway through it. I didn't finish it, but it was kind of what I expected it to be. There's some like fun deep cuts for like comic book movie fans and comic fans that I chuckled at, but overall it feels like Secret Life of Pets with a DC skin on it.
Except this is better than Secret Life of
I
Pets, in
agree.
my
I didn't like
opinion.
Secret Life of Pets. I didn't even see the sequel because I didn't like it. But
Ugh. Yeah. Talk
I
about a
would watch
studio
this
wanting to
again.
be Toy Story 20 years after the fact. Man.
Definitely, yeah. It was Toy Story
But
heavily
yeah, no,
inspired.
I'm with you, Zach. Actually, Super Pets is around 3 out of 5 C plus range for me.
Yeah.
It only gets the extra points because The Rock is in it. So
Yeah, I only
it's
give it the extra points because of those deep cuts that they put in. I thought were kind of funny.
yeah.
Luke Ponto, I really thought Jackman would never play Wolverine again after Logan, but I spoke too soon, I guess. No one really thought that it was gonna happen. I mean, it was always a fan dream, but it definitely came out of nowhere. But it was such a glorious day when it did.
I'm sitting here smiling and chuckling at the fact that how unbelievable this is, and they're actually doing it.
I
Like,
know.
I'm
Dude, like
still shocked,
when
dude.
they when I went on Twitter at work the day that it was announced. I first saw it from Discussing Films. You know Discussing Films on
Oh
Twitter?
yeah. Oh,
You know how
absolutely.
there's the real account and then there's that like fake account that looks exactly the same. Like when you click on
Mhm.
them, the real one has like 64,000 followers, the fake one has 7,000.
Yeah.
I saw it from Discussing Films and all it said was Wolverine is back in Deadpool 3 and it had the logo. And I thought, so fan made. Like this is like too good, so fan made. Went into the account to see that it was the fake one and it was the real one. And then I just like scrolled down a little bit more and Ryan Reynolds video was right there. It was it
Mhm.
was great.
And it was a funny video too. I'm telling you, man. I thought they were ribbing me at first, but no, Hugh Jackman's in it. And even think about this. I didn't even touch on this, but you probably have Cable returning, Josh Brolin. You probably
Thanos, that would
have
be fun.
Zazie Beetz as Domino returning. You probably have Little Russell. I keep forgetting that actor's name, and I feel so bad. Hunt for the
Oh
Wilder People kid.
yeah.
You probably have him returning. It's an all-star cast, and Sean Levy's directing it, so nothing can go wrong.
Oh man,
Nothing can go
I'll
wrong.
be so sad if this movie turns out bad.
Yeah. Well, it's rated R. How can it be bad? You know, it learned the Venom lesson. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Luke Ponto, not to get too off topic, but one of the theater employees gave me a free poster for Smile before the movie. That's awesome. I've never had an experience like that. That's really cool. Have you ever
He's
had that?
salty. He's salty. He never got a free poster.
I've never. I think
No.
the closest I ever got was I went to go see Venom and they had like a little prequel comic that they gave out. Uh
Yeah.
which was
Well,
kind of weird because it was just Eddie as a reporter like before he met Venom. So it's like this is kind of boring. Like why would you give us a prequel?
granted, probably better than the actual movie that you got, but anyway,
A little bit. Yeah.
a little bit. Sorry if Candid Cinema is watching this, and is offended by my apparent Venom slander, otherwise known as
Yeah.
facts. But okay. In terms of the movie posters, though, my first job was at a movie theater, so I got free posters all the time. not to,
Nice.
not
Those
to
big
like
giant sized ones that they have like on the wall.
Yep, literally on the opposite
That's
corner of
sweet.
my room as we speak is the final poster for Avengers Infinity War. And that was one of the final big movies that I got to work. And I'm like, I'm taking that poster home and nobody else is touching that before me.
That's
And they
awesome.
were like, that's fine. That's fine. I'm like, good. I'm
Did
glad
you
I'm
ever
on the
have the
same page.
big cardboard standouts? Did you ever get to take those?
Oh yeah, no, we didn't get to take those. I actually got to build some of them though. One of them was actually for Deadpool 2, which was just a big gigantic D in the middle of the lobby, which of course it was,
That's
but
awesome.
no, that was a fun shift for sure. But yeah, man, yeah, Luke is getting free posters for Smile in the theater lobby. That's awesome. It's probably gonna creep you out at night, but other than that,
Yeah, I wouldn't be hanging that up. Lisbeth, yes, I'm so hyped for Child's Play. uh, Lisbeth, you should watch Trick or Treat. I might. I saw that you suggested that, and I actually have never seen that. I don't actually really even know what it's about now that I think about it. Um, I think the next one I'm gonna do. I'm in the middle of editing Chucky, but I think I'm gonna shoot one for The Ring.
oh,
Because I have been
please,
freaked of watching The Ring for so many years.
you've
So
never seen The Ring?
nope,
Oh,
nope.
dude,
I really am not a horror guy.
let me
So
just
this is
say that movie was horrifying. Gore Verbinski directed that one. Same guy who did Pirates of the Caribbean. I think he would go on to do it like the year after this. But that might have been the movie that landed him the Pirates job, for all I know.
that's
Um,
so interesting. They're so
yeah,
different.
it's such a big departure, but it's certainly one of his best films, in my opinion, right next to Curse of the Black Pearl. Like the
All
early
right.
2000s were great years for Gore Verbinski for anybody who's grown up in that era of movies. But
I mean, Curse
um,
of the Black Pearl does have a little bit of a horror element to it
oh yeah,
with the pirates and the skeletons and all that. Yeah.
it's great. It's great. Love me some pirates there.
Luke Ponto, this reaction to Child's Play is going to be awesome. I hope you enjoy it, man. I really do. Luke Ponto, I'm going to see Wakanda Forever, but I'm not too excited since I'm not a big fan of the first movie. I'm not saying it's bad. I just don't like it as much as most people. Yeah, I'm not going to like rewrite history for myself. I wasn't the biggest Black Panther fan either. Like not even of like Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa. Like I liked him, But I honestly thought that Killmonger and Michael B. Jordan was the standout of the movie.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, yeah. It as much as I hate saying it, I agree. I'm not going to sit here and rewrite history, but Michael B. Jordan stole the show.
yeah,
Chadwick Boseman is great.
hmm
Don't get me wrong. The
absolutely.
the stuff that he was going through at the time, he's a freaking warrior. And
Oh
like,
yeah, absolutely.
it's just
Huge respect for the guy.
yeah, yeah, probably like in terms of like actual like respect for actors in Hollywood, I don't think I hold anybody in higher regard than Chadwick Boseman just because of what he was doing towards the end of his
Hmm
life. Um, man, mad, mad,
Absolutely.
mad respect. I miss him so much. But anyway,
But
um,
I really enjoyed him in Civil War. I think the character was the best in Civil War.
yeah, yeah, most interesting part of Civil War for sure.
Hmm
Absolutely. I'm saying this as a Spider-Man fanatic too.
Oh, I,
Like,
I I was obsessed with the Spider-Man scenes from Civil War. I watched them over and over and over and over again when I got that Blu-ray.
oh yeah.
Lisbeth, you can see the pattern on the new mask, and it confirms it's Shuri. Yeah, I saw that online.
Shh. Lisbeth, spoilers. Jeez.
I saw that online. She's wearing this pattern during the funeral scene in the trailer, and then her mask looks the same. I don't know. I
Mhm.
feel like because people say it's so obviously Shuri, I feel like it's not her. My
I
gut
don't know,
says it is,
man.
but I there's a little bit of me that doubts it. That like they've got something up their sleeve.
I mean, who else would make sense though? Like, it wouldn't be his mother. Like, she wouldn't go out into the battlefield. It wouldn't be Angela
No.
Bassett. It wouldn't be. I don't think it would be Lupita Nyong'o. As cool as that would be,
Yeah, I don't
um,
know. Is
it's
she even in the
clearly a
trailer? I
female.
don't remember.
Oh yeah, no, she's in the trailer for like a brief second. I see her in the teaser, but I don't know if she's in the final one. It can't be M'Baku anymore. As much as I would have loved seeing Winston Duke in that role,
Yeah.
it's clearly a female Black Panther here. So Shuri seems like the most logical.
Although who's to say? I mean, it is M'Baku, and they just CGI'd over his suit with a female Black Panther suit. I mean, Marvel, don't put it past them.
No, no, they edited out Toby and Andrew out of the No Way Home trailer, didn't they?
Yeah, they did a good job with that. Well,
Yeah,
except for the lizard in
the
the
lizard getting
international
kicked.
trailer.
Who is that?
Nick, I got the redeem page on Movie Anywhere already. All right, man. Hang tight. Fresh News 247. If you married your uncle, would you still call him uncle after the wedding? That's a really
Uh,
weird question.
all right, look. Let's not get Game of Thrones right now.
Oh, is
Let
that referring to something that I don't know about?
no, no.
Okay.
It just sounds like something the Game of Thrones people would do. Like they have their brother and sister in a romantic relationship, the Lannisters. It's very,
Oh,
very disgusting. But
that's really
they
weird.
have I don't know, they have a reveal of Daenerys Targaryen dating her nephew. It's so bizarre. Like come on. Like it
Wow.
doesn't need to
Yeah.
happen. But
I don't watch that. Namor. Oh, by the way, fresh news. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us tonight, man. Neymar, Carnage should fight Spider-Man in Spider-Man 4 Tom Holland. Carnage. I mean, it can't be Venom Carnage because he's gone. And I feel like I'd want to see a Venom introduced before Carnage
mhm.
in Spider-Man. I don't know. Spider-Man 4 seems too soon. If they're gonna do the Venom storyline with Tom Holland, I want it to be like movie 6, 5 or 6.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, they soured me on the whole Carnage thing when they killed him in the sequel. So, um, I'm sorry to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen Let There Be Carnage. You shouldn't. So it needs to be spoiled. But I mean, if Tom Hardy pops up in Spider-Man 4, will I care? Probably not. I mean, I like Tom Hardy, but it's like you could have so many other cool villains pop up. That's why I like Far From Home so much because Mysterio is so out
Mhm.
there and they never tried him out. They didn't even try out the Vulture in Homecoming. So
Yeah.
I like this trend that they're going through. I like the trend that they're trying out, experimenting with new villains, aside from No Way Home, of course, which brings everybody back. But um, I don't know. Spider-Man 4, I'd like to see a new villain get the nod here.
I want to see Scorpion.
Finally fulfilling his storyline.
Oh, I don't even know if it necessarily has to be that Scorpion. They can just do it from scratch. Let's see here. Namor, who would win in a fight, Carnage or Riot to the death? I'm gonna go with Carnage just because I liked him more than Riot in the Venom movies. I don't know anything else about the characters, but Riot was such a poor villain.
Neither one.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Luke Ponto, I hung my smile poster next to my 3D poster for Sonic the Hedgehog. Those are two very different moods in your room right there. That's hilarious.
I will actually be right back. You can go ahead and keep answering the chat, but I will
Sure.
come right back.
All right, no worries, man. Fresh News 247. It's been said by the director 4 different people to wear the Black Panther suit by the end of the movie. Oh, okay. So they're not gonna be definitive of who it is yet. They're gonna let us play a little game, aren't they? All right. I see what they're doing there. Fresh News 247. LMFAO. Sorry, I forgot to mention it's from the new Game of Thrones show. Oh, okay. So there's a little bit more context there. Thanks, man. That makes sense. Second Street Marvel. Thank you for joining us, man. Thanks for being here. Happy to have you. I haven't watched the new trailer, but from the sounds of it, it seems like they're just remaking the Three Amigos. The people of Santa Poco all dress as the Amigos. Oh my goodness, I love the Three Amigos. I didn't get that sense at all from the trailer, but that's funny that you bring up Three Amigos. Luke Ponto, what's a horror movie you would watch if you want stupid, dumb, fun horror?
Oh God, stupid, fun, dumb horror, huh?
You know what movie I watched with my friends? It was disturbing as heck. I almost don't want to even like bring attention to it, but I'm sure people know about it anyways.
Which one?
The Terrifier.
Actually, I've never seen that one.
You've never seen The Terrifier?
No, is it
It's
stupid?
it's like a, I don't want to say it's like a student film. It's definitely like it has that feel like amateur film, like new to the, like trying to cut his teeth kind of thing. It's basically this clown. What's his name? Art the clown.
Oh, nice.
He stalks these 2 girls on Halloween night, and they get trapped in this like abandoned house, and he like torments them like just like relentlessly, and the kills are so brutal and gross. Like it was, but the way that the clown is gleefully doing it makes it really funny.
Yeah.
Like my friends and I, we found it one night. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we were just like laughing our heads off. And
Oh
it
man.
was a fun watch.
Well, Luke is giving it a 2 out of 5. So does that mean I should watch it?
Oh yeah, Luke, I watched Terrifier a few days ago, and it was not good. 2 out of 5. You know what?
Yeah.
I don't think it's meant to be good.
No. Well, I
It's
mean,
just
I can give you one, Luke. I mean, would Anaconda be too obvious?
I've
With
never seen Anaconda.
with Ice Cube. Oh my God, Ice Cube taking an axe to a snake head. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. But I mean, yeah.
I gotta watch that then. Second
Yeah.
Street Marvel. Black Panther isn't a mantle; it's a people. Do they say
You're
that?
right. They
I mean,
could
yeah,
all
he's
be
right.
Black Panther. Every single one of them could be like a big like posse of Black Panthers. Which could be cool.
That'd be
I have
cool,
another
yeah.
stupid horror movie for you, Luke. If Snakes on a Plane counts.
I've seen this. Is it the Samuel L. Jackson clip of that?
Yes.
The mother effing snakes.
Yes. Oh, it's so funny. But anyway.
Luke Ponto, I know I'm weird with posters, but that's the way I am. You do you, man. That's fine. I mean, I've seen your posters in your room. You got a sick poster game. Fresh news. I've only seen one scary movie, The Strangers. Oh, The Strangers is freaky as heck. Because that felt so realistic, and I've had the whole door knocker thing happen to me and my family when I was a kid. Oh, yikes. Ugh, traumatic.
No good. Fresh news.
Luke Ponto says Alligator 1980 is the one I would choose for a stupid fun horror movie. All right, guys, and with that, we're going to move on to our next topic of the night. We spent a lot of time on the comments and questions. That's
Yeah.
awesome, guys. Thank you so much for the engagement tonight. All
Love
right,
that.
topic number 2, man. How much do you like Mario?
Oh man, I could play Mario Kart until the cows come home. That stuff is so fun. I
Yeah?
don't really have any nostalgia with like the Super Nintendo or like the NES or anything like that. Like
No?
my console growing up was the PS2 and the GameCube. Those were my 2.
Did you ever play
But
Super Mario Sunshine?
oh yeah. Oh yeah, I did.
Man.
Yeah.
I
So
spent
fun.
hours on that game. That was like my favorite Mario game. And
Mhm.
I don't know if you heard, but they're doing a Super Mario Bros. Movie. They're
I
doing.
did hear about this.
All
I did
right, all
hear
right.
about
We
this.
haven't talked about this, so I'm very curious to hear what your thoughts are on the movie. But
Mm.
they dropped the. I want to hear your thoughts on the poster that they dropped yesterday for the. I believe the trailer's coming out tomorrow on Thursday. I love this poster.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this poster certainly is very colorful. And look at this. Look at the date at the bottom there. Only in theaters April 7th here.
April
So
7th.
April 7th of 2023 is what I'm assuming. So let me just preface this by saying that when that movie comes out, I'll probably be ecstatic coming home from a big week at WrestleMania. Shout out to any wrestling marks who happen to be watching this. But yeah, I'm going to LA next year for that show. So I'll
Nice.
probably be a lot more generous to Super Mario Brothers in the moment because I'll just be on such a huge high and I may give it a higher grade than I actually mean to. So with that said, the poster looks good. If nothing else, I think they got the aesthetic of Super Mario down to a T. It looks like a Nintendo game. It's very colorful.
Absolutely.
It looks absolutely stunning, this animation. It looks like it's going to throw you right into that world. With that said, I don't think this movie's going to be very good. I really don't. It's I think it all starts with the casting, doesn't it? Who do they cast as Mario?
You think a video game movie isn't going to be very good? What? When does that
Well,
happen?
listen, like past couple of years or so, video game movies have gotten better. Both Sonic movies have been really fun. Free Guy, I think, may be the best video game movie ever. Even Mortal Kombat, I thought was fun. I think this is gonna break the trend. I really do. I don't. I don't think every video game movie can be good, guys. Um, but Zach, do you remember who they cast as Mario?
Was it Star-Lord himself, Chris Pratt? The Italian?
Yeah, yeah, every every Italian man that you think of, you throw Chris Pratt into the picture. Why wasn't he in House of Gucci?
Or
You
would you
know?
rather them have casted Jared Leto?
No, I'll take Chris Pratt any day, but this is my thing. Like you like if you're casting an Italian man, like next time just don't cast someone based off name recognition, please. Like it's not that hard. Like Chris Pratt, I love him, but he's just gonna have just the thickest accent for Mario, I think, ever.
Yeah.
He might sound unrecognizable, but I'm sorry to get you guys' like sorry to like throw a damper on the mood for anybody who is excited in the chat right there, but like please subscribe to my channel. I really like you guys, but it's this is my hot take. I don't think Super Mario Brothers is going to be a good movie. I really don't. But what do you think?
Well, first off, with the trailer, or not the trailer, the poster, it like they captured the essence of the world of Mario. And the animation itself is super impressive. I can't zoom in on here, unfortunately, but
Hmm.
the detail on Mario's pants. I mean, like I've never really said this before, but look at Mario's butt. It like there is so much detail.
I mean,
on
I
these
can't help but
jeans.
do that right now.
Yeah,
Just because you said that.
exactly. And I don't. It's just I like the illumination style of animation that they're going for here. I'm not a big fan of a lot of illumination animated movies. The only ones that have really worked for me are like the first two Despicable Me movies. So that makes me a little bit nervous for Mario. But one thing I think we can both agree on is that it's got to be better than that '90s one, right? That live action.
Yeah. Oh, it has to be. It has to be. But even yeah, again, that's probably because they got the casting wrong, and they sure did again. Like, like I'm sorry to hate on
Yeah.
Chris Pratt right now. I love the man, but like he should not be in this movie. Like
Yeah.
he's
I mean,
only in it just to get people's butts in the theaters, just to
yeah.
ensure that, you know?
With me, like when it comes to castings, like a lot of people when Robert Pattinson was cast as Batman, I said this a lot was I'm not in the audition room. I didn't see the audition tape. I didn't see the read. Like I just have to trust that the people in the room picked the right guy.
Yeah.
However, this does come across as he's a big name. Let's use him for the popularity.
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't really heard Chris Pratt do impressions, do voices, at least in anything that I've watched him in. I've seen him in Parks and Rec, The Guardians, other movies that
Right.
he's done. But If just like a normal Chris Pratt voice comes out of Mario, that's gonna be jarring. Like if they're going that route,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be a fan of that.
I mean, if they remade another Garfield movie and made it completely animated, I could see Chris Pratt doing that just fine. But the fact that this is an Italian accent, a very strong Italian accent at that, like, I'm very, very worried.
Yeah.
Very worried. But only time will tell. We got some months to let this simmer before April 7th hits and the inevitable occurs. But
Yeah. I have a
yeah.
question for you.
Yeah, I have an answer.
Over under 40%. Do you think they're going to in the trailer tomorrow that they're gonna release? Are they gonna let us hear Chris Pratt speak as Mario, or do you think it's gonna be an image flash, music playing kind of trailer, and we're not gonna
Mm.
hear a peep out of him?
Oh yeah, the trailer is coming tomorrow. That's yeah. Hmm. No, I think they're gonna let it sit. I think they're gonna let it sit for a while. And they're gonna. It's probably just gonna be like a little minute teaser or something like that. Kind of similar. I'm kind of picturing a similar style of trailer to what Disney was doing with some of their remakes. Like the
Mhm.
Aladdin trailer, the first Aladdin trailer you got was really nothing but the actor playing Aladdin walking up to the lamp. You didn't see Will
Oh,
Smith as the
yeah.
genie at all. You didn't even see like Abu. You saw no one else except for Aladdin. You didn't see how young Jafar was, and that was wrong in many other senses. But um, yeah, I mean that's all you saw. I think this Mario trailer is going to be similar in style to that.
Alright, yeah, I think the screen's gonna go black. It'll be the last 3 seconds of the trailer, and you'll hear him go, "It's-a me!" And then the boom, April 7th, 2023 will come on. That's all we're gonna get.
If that actually happens, I might just die on the spot. I might
Well,
just
question
like
is for you guys. What do you guys think of the poster for Super Mario Brothers? Are you excited for the movie? Are you the biggest Chris Pratt fan? Comment down below. Let us know. We want to hear all your thoughts and opinions. And let's take a look at what you guys are saying.
Let me reiterate too. I never said I wasn't a Chris Pratt fan either. I'm going to be dressing up as Star Lord for Halloween, so that should
Oh,
tell you everything.
nice.
So, yeah,
That's awesome. All
love
right,
that, man.
Nick, I love playing a Mario game. Yeah, I haven't played a Mario game in a really long time. Actually, I played the last one I played was a Mario racing kart. I can't remember which one it was. They all kind of blend together. I played it at a friend's house like last month. But I'm not a big video game player, but I did grow up. My grandma had like the old Nintendo with like the black and white Mario that only went one direction. I played that all the time.
Yeah. I don't want to say I played Mario games religiously. I played them more casually. Super Smash Brothers comes on, and I was always eliminated first in those
Oh,
tournaments. But
dude, me too.
I suck at Smash Brothers. But yeah, they're fun. They're fun. I don't blame you.
Lupanto, I'm a retro Mario geek. I take it that means like the Nintendo and all that. Lisbeth, I grew up with Mario Kart 7. I couldn't tell you which one that was. They all just feel the same to me, except with better resolution as time goes on.
Hmm.
Nick, I love it. He loves the poster. That's awesome, man. Fresh News 247. WrestleMania Roman Reigns versus The Rock. Lucky boy once in a lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the plan, isn't it? It certainly feels like The Rock is coming back to wrestle one more time against his cousin, but I mean, he's the one who got me into that stuff altogether. So it'll be cool to see him if it actually happens, but I don't know. I'm not holding my breath for it. But yeah, SoFi Stadium should be fun.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Luke Ponto, it looks so much like the Super Mario Bros. Video games. Yeah, I agree. It totally captures the essence of that. Luke Ponto, I love both Sonic movies, to be honest. I really only like the first one. I can watch the second one mainly for like Knuckles and stuff, but
Ah.
I felt like the second one was a step down. But
You
that's
didn't like
mostly
Tails?
just came across as an exposition machine to me. I didn't feel like it was a character. It just kept
I see what you're saying.
explaining
Yeah.
everything, and I didn't fall in love with the character because I didn't see it as a character. So that's just
Fair.
me. I did love the scene where the girl had her wedding ruined, and she just like comes in on a golf uh what's it called a cart, a golf cart or whatever, where
Yep.
she's driving in and she like the fire lights up behind her and she's drinking the. I thought all that was pretty funny. But the
Oh man.
Hawaiian stuff overall just felt like a drag on the movie.
Yeah. Understood.
Luke Ponto, I think it could be a huge improvement over whatever the heck that movie was back in 1993. Yeah, it's got to be better than that. It's got to be better than whatever that was.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't count on it, but we'll wait and see.
Luke Ponto, I have nostalgia for the 1993 movie, to be honest, so I like it, but I can definitely acknowledge it's really bad. Yeah, I got no nostalgia for it. I hated it when I watched it.
Yeah, I can at least acknowledge the Scorpion King is bad, but I at least have fun watching it. But
there are those movies that are bad that you have fun watching, but Mario is not
The
one of them.
Room.
The Room, yeah. Oh, hello, Mark. Luke Ponto, I could do better Mario impressions than Chris Pratt. I want to hear that next time you're on the show, man. Next time I'm on your channel or you come over here, I'm gonna get you to do that for me. Got to put your money where your mouth is, man. Lisbeth, I kind of like Detective Pikachu and Ready Player One. I liked Detective Pikachu. That was nostalgic for me. I mean, I guessed the whole mystery of where the father went like right away, but it was fun seeing the old Pokemon pop up on screen. And did you watch that one?
I did. I honestly kind of forgot that Ryan Reynolds was in that movie too. And it was a lot of fun. And I did enjoy Ready Player One quite a bit. I'm a big
Mm-hmm.
Steven Spielberg fan, and I'm curious to see what they do with a sequel. Will Spielberg be directing a sequel? I don't know. A lot of people are like hinting that the Fablemans might be his swan song in his retirement, but who
Oh
knows? Who knows?
no,
Like
not
Spielberg's
Spielberg.
been doing movies a long time, man.
I
Like
know, it's crazy.
and then the Fablemans feels like a big like homage and a passion project for his career. So it might like if that's his last movie, it wouldn't surprise me. But I mean, he had a
Yeah.
heck of a run, guys.
That
Heck
trailer
of a
looked
run.
great. I loved the
Yeah.
Fablemans trailer. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so
Bree
good.
Moore, thank you for being here, Bree. Welcome. I'm happy to have you here. I don't have super high hopes for it, but the animation style looks really nice. I do think the animation looks beautiful.
Almost looks like a PS5 game more than a Nintendo game, just based on
Kind
like
of,
graphic
yeah.
quality.
It
But
does kind of look like a Mario video game still.
yeah, oh, it does. It does for sure. Except if it were put like on Sony's platforms. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't have high hopes for it. But
Luke Ponto, Detective Pikachu, Sonic 1 and 2, and Mortal Kombat are the best video game movies ever. You know what? I'm gonna throw one more in there. I liked Tomb Raider.
oh, with what's her guts, Angelina Jolie.
No, no. Oh, I mean, I like those in a different way. But
uh,
the one that they did in like
yikes.
2017.
Oh, with Ex Machina chick. Yeah, Alicia Vikander.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I
Yep.
had
No,
fun with that movie.
that was pretty good. I don't want to say it was. I don't want to say it was like groundbreaker or anything, but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I enjoyed it. Nick, I love the Mario poster. Yeah, man, I think it looks great. I don't know what the movie's gonna be like, but the trailer really impressed me. Elizabeth, there was nothing better than getting home from school and going straight to your Wii U to play Mario Kart. I
Well,
mean, I never had a Wii U.
yeah, I remember when the Nintendo Wii was all the jam. I remember I was 10 years old, and that was the big family gift on Christmas
Yep.
morning, and we were so obsessed with Wii Sports.
We were
Like
bowling
those were
for
the day.
days.
That's
Like,
the only way I can bowl a perfect game. Like I'm pretty good at bowling in real life, but like I could never do a perfect 300. Like on Wii Sports though,
mhm.
easy peasy.
I would never have known what a turkey was in bowling if it wasn't for Wii Sports.
Yeah, 3 strikes in a row.
It's like turkey, and I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Namor, who would win in a fight, Doctor Strange or
Ooh.
Shang-Chi? Probably Doctor Strange. You could just put him in the mirror dimension.
Yeah, no, Doctor Strange, that's an easy one. Like
Yeah.
Shang-Chi can't outsmart him like Spider-Man did. Not that Shang-Chi is as smart as Spider-Man or anything like that, but Doctor Strange is a wizard. Like
Yeah.
come on.
I think he would kick his butt. And he's a
Yeah.
newer hero, so you know.
Mhm.
All right, guys. And with
Oh,
the caught up on the
totally.
comments and questions, we're going to move on to what topic are we on? 3? I think we're on
I
topic
think
number 3.
yeah. Yeah, already, huh?
Oh, yeah, man. Crazy. Time flies. All right. So I don't know about you. We've never talked about this before. I love the Matt Reeves Planet of the Apes movies. I mean, technically, it's not the trilogy because Rupert Wyatt did Rise of the Planet of the Apes, but Dawn
Hmm.
and War kind of took it to the next level.
Yeah,
And
so good.
I honestly didn't think that we would see a continuation of that franchise. I know that a while back, I think it was Disney Investors Day, they announced that they were going to do more Planet of the Apes movies, but we haven't really heard anything or seen anything of that since. Until this week, they just decided, hey, here's your first picture of a new Planet of the Apes movie called Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah, man.
happening.
I mean, at least like that photo, if you want to throw it up again for the viewers, that looks. I mean, look at the color palette on here, man. Like this, honestly, looks like it could be a very technically sound, brilliant film in that regard, similar to what Matt Reeves did. Is this going to be a continuation of Caesar's story, or is it just going to be something completely different? I don't know.
Well, we can talk about that because coming from the Hollywood Reporter, they wrote the next Planet of the Apes movie is coming into focus with 20th Century Studios confirming the cast for the newly titled Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. The film from director Wes Ball will star Owen Teagan alongside newly announced cast members Freya Allen and Peter Macon. It is slated for a 2024 release. That came out. That's sooner than I thought they would get.
Yeah,
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes picks up many years after War for the Planet of the Apes, the 2017 feature that concluded the previous trilogy and used motion picture capture technology to tell the origin story of Caesar, a chimp that leads the simians towards revolution. And that
that
comes from
sounds
the
that
Hollywood
sounds
Reporter.
really compelling.
It
That
does,
sounds
doesn't it?
really
There are a
compelling.
couple things, though, where when this was first announced, I went, oh, that's kind of exciting. But then I
Hmm.
kind of thought about it a little bit more, and I was like, should they do this? Because we Matt Reeves is not involved. At
No.
least I couldn't find anywhere that he was involved. And Andy Serkis, arguably the star of the movies. I understand why he can't come back. I made a tweet being like, no Andy Serkis, and then I realized at work I was like, oh wait, yeah, Caesar. Spoiler alert for Planet of the Apes, but Caesar dies at the end. So
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense that Andy Serkis won't come back, but it's a motion capture role, so you could still do it.
Now,
Just have it be a different one.
do you think it's going to be all motion capture at this point? Cuz they have the technology to do it.
That's the thing,
Um,
right?
it was so revolutionary what Andy Serkis was able to do, like even before he was ever Caesar, like what he was able to do like in Peter Jackson's King Kong even. I thought was
Mhm.
really 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 spectacular work on his part. So I feel like at this stage, like if it's set many years after War for the Planet of the Apes, which by the way, masterpiece if I ever saw
Oh,
one.
yeah.
um and those of you who've known me and those of you who've been with my channel for a while, you guys know that I do not use that term lightly. um it's so great. But with that said, I do think the kingdom could potentially be like most, if not all, motion capture here. It could be
Mhm.
a universe where the apes have completely taken over the world here. That's why you have the title here, Kingdom of the
Kingdom,
Planet
yeah.
of the Apes. So it's not like a war or a dawn of the Planet of the Apes or anything like that. It's not like a revolutionary phase here. This could
Mhm.
be this could be leading into like almost if let me say this. I'm a big history nerd, so this might be my deciphering. If Matt Reeves's trilogy was like the American Revolution, think of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes and that potential trilogy being like their civil war. The
Mhm.
apes
Oh,
just fighting each other.
that's fascinating.
Like I don't know. I mean, I'm just spitballing here. Wes Ball, I did look up who he was
I
because
did
that name did
too.
not look familiar. And then Luke in the comments was like, "Oh yeah, all three of the Maze Runner movies," and I'm
That's
like,
the only thing I've seen of his, though. I looked up his name, and that's all I could find that I recognized was Maze
It's
Runner.
it's the only thing he's done directing wise.
Yeah.
you
So that
know,
makes me which
I
kind of
mean,
brings me.
they're not the Divergent movies, but
Oh yeah,
I mean,
those went real fast.
yeah.
But that kind of
So
brings me back to the original question I had. Obviously, you're excited for the movie, but do you think that this is a wise choice? And before you answer, I just want to break down a few things. So we've got Rise of the Planet of the Apes came out, directed by Rupert Wyatt. The budget on this was estimated to be about 93 million. Domestically, so US and Canada combined, it made 176 million.
Hmm.
Internationally, it made 305 million. Worldwide, overall, 481 million. Very respectable numbers. Really
Oh
good.
yeah.
Of course, what a studio wants to see from a franchise as it keeps going is trajectory upwards, and that's what they got with Dawn. They upped the budget to 170 million, which makes sense because there's a lot more apes, and the technology was really more advanced with that. They brought in director Matt Reeves. The domestic was 208 million, which was up from Rises. Internationally, 502 million. Worldwide, 710 million overall. So it paid off for them to up the budget and do another one. When it came to war, though, the trajectory went down. As a matter of
Really?
fact, the budget was $150 million. Domestically, it only made 146 million, which was less than the
Wow.
original Rise 176.
Oh,
Internationally, 343 million, just barely above the international numbers for Rise, and significantly lower than Dawn. And worldwide, 490 million, which is just a little bit higher than Rise, but much lower than Dawn.
man. Like that's tricky then. Like why would they
Yeah.
do this movie again if war like was such a like downward monetary trajectory for them?
Hmm.
Which is crazy because I think war is better than Dawn. That might be a
I
hot take, but
I mean, I
I don't.
think one of the problems with War could have been when it was marketed, they had the apes versus the humans. They were very heavy on action packed, and it was much more of like a character drama with Caesar.
Mhm.
Which,
Oh
like you,
yeah.
I loved, but audiences maybe that's not what they were going for, and the numbers
No.
shown for that. Do you think that people want another Planet of the Apes movie in this franchise based off of how the franchise trajectory was going when we last watched War?
Well, I mean, if it were me, I would have ended on war. Like, I didn't think I was gonna ever see another Planet of the Apes movie again, but clearly Disney has other plans. Um, and only time will tell because this comes out in 2024. So we're not gonna know the
Yeah,
full ramifications of this announcement until we actually see those box office numbers that you were throwing up there. If it does better than war does, this might be a good move. If it
yeah.
like if it doesn't do better than war, then it's going to be really concerning because it just
Mhm.
makes me think that people are just sick of seeing the Planet of the Apes movies, They just want to
Yeah.
see new ideas.
I mean, the big thing for me, I think, is the budget because if it's several years later, there can't be very many humans left, especially where we left off with War. They were dying off pretty quickly.
Mhm.
Um, if you want to keep the technology as advanced as it looked in these previous ones, you're gonna have to pump money into it. So they're probably
Well,
gonna be
it's
more than that 150 million that they spent on War. I just get interested with the numbers when you look at it like that because
yeah,
I wonder what their decision was to greenlight. Maybe West Ball just had like a killer pitch that you just could
maybe.
not pass up, and they just had to do it.
That honestly may have been the kicker. Wes Ball may just be a humongous fan of the Planet of the Apes movies, and this may be a humongous passion project for him, which all the power to him. I'm all for directors chasing their dreams at this stage of the game in Hollywood. And when they actually put something out there that they're legitimately excited to show us, then I'm fully in support of that, man. Um, but I mean, then again, when you think about if money's a concern, this is Disney we're talking about.
Yeah,
So they have a bottomless pit of money, basically. They could throw as much money as they want to at Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Like money is not a concern. What's a concern is going to be their returns. Um,
exactly.
because if they don't see enough of a return once Kingdom actually does come out, if they don't see interest after that, then just nix the potential sequels, which honestly, yeah, go support this movie when it comes out. Because if Wes Ball is planning a trilogy, viewers, then I want to see what happens. I want to see the whole picture. So
Yeah. Well, the question is for you guys. What do you guys think of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? Are you excited? Do you think this franchise should have been dead by now? Comment down below. Let us know all your thoughts and opinions. And let's take a look at what you guys are saying. Oh my gosh, what is that? Oh, wow. That came out of nowhere. Oh, wait, you know what? I think I know what that is. Oh, yeah, guys, if you're not looking at the screen, you might want to take a glance because I'm only going to keep it up for about 10 more seconds. This is the redemption code for Super Pets. If you guys are on the site, or WB.com/redeem movie, punch this code in fast, take your screenshots, do whatever you have to. Be the first there, and Super Pets is yours. Of course, only if you live in the United States. All right, you guys ready? Do you have your screenshots? It's coming down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right,
I
guys.
see a 6 and a 9. And never mind.
All right, guys. Comment when you if you're the one that gets that. Let us know, and we're gonna go into your comments and questions and see what you guys are saying.
Kind of startled me, actually.
Sorry, man.
No, you're good.
Luke Ponto. If my bowling alley didn't close down in my hometown, I would have been a pro bowler because I was in a bowling league for a few years. Really? I didn't know that about you, Luke. That's really cool.
There you go, dude.
I went to so many birthday parties bowling. Like I'm probably rusty now, but I was pretty good when I was 11.
If you live in the town where I grew up, then basically like there wasn't a whole lot to do aside from the movie theater and the bowling alley. You didn't have escape rooms back then, like, and if you wanted to go to an amusement park, the closest one was a half hour away.
Oh wow.
But it's
yeah, I'm in an area where it's like
that doesn't surprise me.
You can ride a bike, you can hike.
I mean, you can hike in the area too, but it's
yeah.
I don't know.
No, we've got like arcades now, and I mean, we had arcades when I was a kid, but like they were nowhere near as cool as they are now for kids in this town. When I was growing up, so it was the movie theater, and it was riding bikes with friends and stuff like that for me.
Yeah.
Luke Ponto, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes should be good. I like all 3 of the Maze Runner movies, which come from the same director. I've only seen 2. I haven't finished the last Maze Runner movie. I have the trilogy on Blu-ray. I just haven't gotten around to the last movie.
I have a question for you, Zach. How much did that trilogy cost you on Blu-ray? I'm just wondering.
I found it at a thrift store, and I think I spent like $5 on it. It was not very much.
Figures.
Yeah, it was pretty cheap. If I remember correctly, I don't know. Namor, who would win in a fight, Mr. Fantastic or Daredevil? Probably Mr. Fantastic, maybe.
I hate saying it, yeah, but the stretchy guy.
Yeah.
As long as he's not turned into blue spaghetti from an outside force, then he wins this easily.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Nick, when is last time of Planet of the Apes movie released? War was 2017.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly. Sure, that was the last one.
5 years ago. I put that standee together at my movie theater too.
Oh, really?
A nice one. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was like 3-dimensional with like all the apes around you, and you could like take a picture inside of it. It was pretty dope. But
that's pretty fun. Luke Ponto, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is the best of the trilogy, in my opinion. I think I would agree with Dawn, but I think War is second.
I will take this to my grave. I think War is better than Dawn, just because I really appreciated the character study in there. I love Dawn. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, but I will take War over Dawn any day of the week.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, Mr. M, I got it. Thank you so much. Well, congratulations, Mr. M. Thank you for hanging around. Thank you for grabbing it. I'm sorry, Nick. Maybe next time, man. But thank you guys for participating in that, and I'm glad that you have a new movie to enjoy. Lisbeth, congratulations, Mr. M. Yes, congratulations, man. Namor, fan cast the X-Men. Oh my goodness, I'm terrible at these. Do you have any of them? I liked the idea of Taron Egerton as Wolverine.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought too. And then Hugh Jackman said, nah, I don't want to see my friend do it. I'm going to come back. You know, like if it wasn't Hugh Jackman, it was definitely going to be Taron Egerton, just because those two are real close in real life. And I'm sure Hugh Jackman would have given him such great advice. Professor X, I'm hearing rumors that it's going to be Giancarlo Esposito, which
I've heard that
I would enjoy seeing. I think he's a better Magneto fit than I almost called him Mr. Fantastic, Charles Xavier. You know, I mean, he's gonna pop up in the MCU soon enough. Gus Fring, but other than that, I mean, Bryan Cranston. They could role swap the two heroes and villains in Breaking Bad. They could put Bryan Cranston as Magneto for all I know. That could be fun, but
That would be awesome. I could
well,
see
I
that.
mean, well, think about it. You got to have Magneto at least look like Wanda and Quicksilver, because Wanda is Magneto's daughter. Anybody who's hardcore into the comics, Wanda is
Mhm.
Magneto's daughter, and they have not really acknowledged that in the MCU really ever. Which once Magneto comes into the picture, fans are going to be nitpicking that until their dying breath.
Yeah, no kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm terrible with fan castings, but did you hear that rumor that apparently there was a contract with Fox that they can't recast the X-Men till 2025, and if they're going to
Really?
use X-Men yeah, there was this report going around that
Hmm.
if they use the X-Men characters, they have to use one of the first class or original X-Men people until 2025, and that
Aha.
contract carried over when Disney acquired Fox, and this whole Wolverine being in Deadpool 3 and when you
Yeah.
think about it, Patrick Stewart being in Multiverse of Madness kind of makes that report seem a little bit more legit to me. So it's going to be curious to see
Well,
what they
I
do.
mean, people are popping. People are popping for these reveals, and if they decide to do Michael Fassbender as Magneto, I would not be opposed. Um, just because I think he was so good in First Class and all that stuff. But, um, I mean, time will tell, man. I this is the
Yeah.
first time I'm hearing that report, so it all adds up now. It's making so much more sense. But
It does kind of make sense, right?
yeah,
Namor, Doctor Doom or Thanos, who would win?
Thanos.
Yeah, maybe Thanos. I'll go with
Thanos
Thanos.
is
Well,
bigger. He
is it Thanos without the Infinity Gauntlet or Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet?
even without it, he could squash Doctor Doom just by stepping on him.
You think so? Yeah, I
Doctor
guess
Doom is
so.
like Doctor Doom is like regular human size, right? And Thanos is like big hulking purple dude,
Yeah.
somewhat jacked. But
All right. Yeah, I can see that. Sure. Okay.
yeah,
I'll give that to you. Mr. M, thank you again. Oh, you're very welcome, man. You're very welcome. Luke Ponto, I'm going to buy Super Pets on 4K anyway, so I'm not mad I didn't win. Good spirit, Luke. Good spirit. Luke Ponto, speaking of Breaking Bad, I'm in the middle of season 2 of the show. Much better than season 1. Have you
so
watched
good,
Breaking
isn't
Bad?
it? I did. Yeah, it's the greatest TV show of all time.
Nice.
It really is. It's I mean, for a show about two guys who are cooking crystal meth and all that stuff, like I never thought that I would get as into it as I did. It was so investing. Um, and I mean, this is the thing. A lot of people love Game of Thrones. They don't love that finale. Breaking Bad it satisfies you with the finale all the way through. Some people really enjoy Better Call Saul as well, which I have not started yet, admittedly, but um, it's
Didn't
fantastic,
they
absolutely fantastic.
didn't they do a movie as well, like a comeback movie or something on
They sure
Netflix?
did. They sure did with Aaron Paul returning in his role. And it was kind of like his own it was set a few years after the Breaking Bad finale, I want to say. If not a few years, then shortly after. But no, I thought that was good. I thought that was good. I don't want to say it was as good as the TV show or anything like that, but it was solid. Certainly solid.
Fair enough, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. We're all caught up on those comments and questions for the moment, so we are going to move on to topic number. Is this 4? I think this is 4.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So topic. I have to get this comment off. There we go. Topic number 4. Zach, how are you liking the Disney Plus shows, the Marvel one specifically?
I mean, love Loki, love Moon Knight, liked WandaVision, didn't love it like a lot of people did. Um, She-Hulk has been hit or miss for me. It started off good, and then it's just kind of getting. I, I'll save my thoughts on it for my full review, but like,
Yeah, fair enough. I can tell you right now, I've jumped off of it. I'll finish it. I'll binge the last 4 but this is the first show I've ever done that. I've just after episode 5, I was like, I just don't find myself wanting to come to this every week anymore. So I'm just gonna wait
yeah,
until it's all out. I'll binge it just to finish it. But if you ask me, a lot of the Disney Plus Marvel shows, I think they have great starts, and then I think they start to fizzle out near the middle and the end. I feel like that's been a consistent thing for me with these shows. And every time they finish, except for WandaVision and at the moment She-Hulk as well, I think to myself that should have just been a movie. Why didn't they just do a movie? Like, this didn't feel like it needed to be a TV show. It doesn't even really feel like they're structured as TV shows a lot of the time.
Moon Knight should have been a movie. Are you kidding
Moon
me?
Knight should have been a movie. Absolutely.
That would have been so awesome. But
Well,
heck,
you know
what can you
what?
do?
It took them 8 tries, but I think they finally came to that conclusion as well because Armor Wars is no longer going to be a TV show. They are transitioning into a theatrical film.
It sure
This
is.
comes from Variety. Marvel's Armor Wars, originally planned as a TV series with Disney Plus, is being redeveloped as a feature film, Variety has learned. Armor Wars will star Don Cheadle reprising his MCU role of James Rhodey, aka War Machine. The project is based on Marvel's Comics 7-issue arc of the
Yeah.
same name within the story of Iron Man and Fuzzy must face what happens when Tony Stark's tech falls into the wrong hands. And that quote comes to us from Variety. When I saw this announcement, when was this? I think it was Thursday, Friday, something like that, when they announced this. I was like, yes, finally. I think this could be the start of Marvel realizing some of what they're doing on Disney Plus isn't working. Because when they first announced Disney Plus Marvel shows, I was through the roof excited. It was like Marvel Cinematic Universe while I'm sitting on my couch. And it's going to be weekly, and it's going to be like the budget of movies. Like, this is going to be so great. And I've enjoyed the majority of them. I think the only one I can say I haven't enjoyed so far is She-Hulk, since it's the only one I bailed on. But
which is kind of ironic hearing you of all people say that, because you've been telling me for months and months and months.
Disappointed. I was so disappointed. Just like, I loved the first episode. The first episode and episode 2, episode 3, that is what I thought the show was gonna be, and that's what I was expecting, and that's what I was excited for. And then
it's just so repetitive.
Yeah, it honestly feels. First of all, it feels like they don't have any direction. They keep saying it's a sitcom, but it's not funny. I mean, humor is subjective, but I feel like they use humor.
I wouldn't say it's completely unfunny. I think there's again, I'll save my full thoughts for when I actually record my review on it, but like
I've chuckled, I've smiled a couple times, but I think the biggest thing for me is that the way they use humor in the show feels the same way they use humor in like the movies and all the other projects. It doesn't feel different enough to me.
Yeah.
And so and they still play it out like they want to have a through line story, but then it just feels like a lot of filler. And honestly, it just feels like wasted potential. It felt like a wasted opportunity. After episode 3, I just feel like they didn't know what to do with it, and it just got too goofy and weird. I don't know. I'll finish it. I'll see how I feel once it's all over. But yeah, I know it's very ironic. I was pumped for this show.
Yeah.
I thought for sure it was going to be just a grand old time. And for 3 episodes, it was. I was really enjoying it. But then it just fell off the deep end.
That premiere. I really, really love the She-Hulk premiere. Like, with Mark Ruffalo in there and everything, like kind of training her up, and like how she got the powers, I thought was really clever. But it's not just like, oh, this is family genetics, like because she's Bruce Banner's cousin, she will therefore also have the powers, which wouldn't make any sense. Like, the fact that she got the powers at all is a complete accident. And I really appreciate that the series is like leaning into that. But aside from that, I'm tired of seeing her swipe left on guys on Tinder. Like, I don't want to see that anymore.
And like, what's her character what's her hero journey been? I don't know. Well, we went on a tangent for She-Hulk, but basically with Armor Wars, I love this idea of Armor Wars so much. The Tony Stark's gone. He's no longer there to protect his technology. What happens if it gets in the wrong hands? I feel like as a show, it would have had a strong couple episodes in the middle there. It probably would have felt filler. It probably would have felt like it went on for too long, and we all would have
felt drawn out.
Yeah, it would have been drawn out. And I think there's so much potential for there to be drama and stakes that this would be awesome to see on the big screen. And I also love that Don Cheadle is getting to star in his own movie, because like Scarlett Johansson, he's been around since Iron Man 2.
He sure has. I have a stat for the class. If anybody is listening to the podcast, anybody in the chat, think about this for a second. Don Cheadle been with MCU since Iron Man 2, which is great. Don Cheadle's been around for a long, long time. The man's going to be 57 years old when Armor Wars hits theaters.
That's insane.
Which is what I'm getting to. He is going to be the oldest starring vehicle in an MCU movie ever at 57 years old, which I think is incredible. And as a
Wow,
person of
really?
color as well, which is just awesome. Like, yeah, no, Robert Downey Jr. certainly was not that old when the Iron Man movies came out. Chris Evans, definitely not that old. Don
That's
Cheadle,
true.
57 years old now. Like, this is a dude who was in like Traffic with Steven Soderbergh like 20 years ago, getting
Wow.
Oscar nominations and everything like that. So, like seeing someone like, a little bit more seasoned get that spotlight. Is it going to be a good movie? I hope so. I think it's going to
Yeah,
be a
me
really
too.
nice political question that it's going to ask the audience. What if Tony Stark's materials get into the wrong hands? I think it's going to be really cool. Is it going to be as memorable as some of the other MCU movies? I don't know. It's going
Yeah,
to
it's
be a
hard to
while. They
say.
haven't even given us a release date yet, have they?
I honestly think at this point it's gonna get bumped.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna come out at the time that they scheduled it because they're not just like what I read anyways. They're not just taking the scripts from the TV show and then making the movie out of them. They are totally like redeveloping it. So they're gonna be rewrites. Their money per hour is gonna go. It's gonna like double because they were probably preparing for like 6 hours, and now they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna get it down to 2. So the budget they had for the show, they're gonna be able to spend over the course of 2 hours now. So the movie hopefully should look
Watch
really
them make
good.
it a 3-hour movie.
Oh my goodness, no. Please
Man.
no. But what's interesting about Armor Wars, correct me if I'm wrong, if they keep the title, which that's a whole other conversation, do you think they're gonna change the title? But if they keep the title Armor Wars,
That's
I
interesting.
believe it's gonna be the first MCU movie with a title that's not of a main character or a group.
Is it? I'm trying to think.
Eternals is kind of a gray area. I count that as a group, Eternals.
Well, yeah, no, Eternals is a team, but I'm like trying to think back now. Shoot, you might be right. Because I was thinking of Secret Invasion, but that's a TV show. That could have been a movie in
Yeah.
its own right,
I
too. With the
wish that one was
cast that they
becoming a
have,
movie too.
with Amelia Clark and Olivia Colman coming into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like that could have very easily hit the big screen. But
Yeah.
um, I'll take what I can get with Secret Invasion. I think it's gonna be fun. But again, not to digress too much, but Armor Wars, I don't know if they're gonna switch the title. I think it still sounds really cool. I mean, they're not gonna sit here and call the movie Rhodey just because that
Rhodey.
sounds boring, it's,
Is there
like I
any
don't even.
chance they attach Iron Man's name to it for brand recognition?
Mm, I don't think so. I
No.
don't think so. I think, if they cast if so, here's my thing. I think if they put the Iron Man name on it, people are going to be expecting Robert Downey Jr. to come back, and he's not. He's done. You're
Mm-hmm.
not going to be seeing him anymore. Which again, like with Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine, I sound like a huge hypocrite. Never say never. But I just don't see it happening. I don't see Kevin Feige going back and being like, "Oh, hey, my studio's been floundering. People are hating me. So here's Tony Stark again." Like, I don't see him doing that.
Yeah, I don't
It
want them to
seems
do that either. Like even the
yeah,
idea of the AI that people throw out there, like he's coming back as the voice for an AI. I don't want any of that.
mm-mm.
I think it's so much better just leaving it where it is. I kind of think back when it comes to like deaths like that in the MCU, and the creators of Friends, they once said, I think it was Martha Kaufman. I know it goes back to Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the idea people would bring up the idea of a reunion movie or another season or something like that, and they basically said like, if we give it to them and it's not what they want, or it's not what they expect, or the rose colored glasses come off and the movie isn't the dream that they wanted it to be,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of takes everyone's enthusiasm for the show down a little bit. The fact that we're hankering for more, it's the old classic leave them wanting more, right? It's kind
Yep.
of like Iron Man. Tony Stark went out so well, the complete perfect character arc, that it left us like we want to see him again because he's so good. But if we get him again, I think it's gonna be like, oh well, this felt kind of derivative or forced or
Such a
milked
heartbreaking
out.
goodbye too.
Hmm.
Like, just leave it where it is. You
Yeah.
know,
It's gonna have
like,
he's gonna have so much more of an impact as that character left where he is than if they just brought him back for a
well,
cheap cameo.
and think about this: if you bring Robert Downey Jr. back for Armor Wars, then he's going to be overshadowing what people should be focusing on, which
Hmm.
is Don Cheadle.
Don
So that is
Cheadle,
a
yeah.
horrible move to bring him back for Armor Wars, in my opinion. So just give Don Cheadle that spotlight that he's worked hard for and that he deserves. Um, and then we'll leave well enough alone there. I don't think it has an attached director yet, does it?
Not that I've seen, no,
Okay.
but
Um,
I could be wrong.
who do you think should direct it? Is that
I'm
too
really
much of a
bad
far
with
cry?
kind of. I don't know if it's gonna be like the Russo brothers would be great, but I don't think they're coming back to the MCU for a little bit.
No.
Um, I'm terrible with. Do you have one off the top of your head?
Not off the top of my head, but I mean, with the news that Michael Waldron is writing the scripts for Secret Wars, I mean, I could see them like, maybe like pulling him into direct. I mean, with Michael Giacchino directing Werewolf by Night, you never really know.
Hmm.
You never really know. People could like pop up out of nowhere from different departments in movies and be like, I wanted to try my hand at directing, which I really respect. So
Yeah.
it's too early to tell, but
I mean, I would kind of feel a little nostalgic and full circle if John Favreau came back to do it, but he's got so
oh,
much on
wouldn't
his
that be
plate.
great? Wouldn't
Yeah,
that
but
be
he's
great?
he's got so much going on. With Mandalorian and Star Wars and stuff. I don't think he would be able to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I can't wait for season 3 too. Not to get
Hmm.
into Star Wars land, but um one more question for you, Zach. Do you think this comes out in the multiverse saga, or do you think they wait until after Secret Wars?
I think it comes out in the Multiverse Saga because Multiverse Saga still has two more phases to go, and
Hmm.
I think it could still make the cut. And I heard that this is supposed to come right off of Secret Invasion.
Oh, is it
So
really?
I think
Okay.
because Don Cheadle is in Secret Invasion, I think it's gonna connect off that. So I think they wanted to come out as soon as they can get
Mm.
it out,
See, that
and
part I didn't know.
it might take Blade's spot. We don't know.
Oh,
They
with
might
all
have a
that
spot
drama that's
open.
going on? I mean, I mean, it just all depends. I mean, like, they could not finish Blade by the time that the proposed release date was at Hall H, and they could put something like New World Order in that spot because New World Order is supposed to start
Mhm.
filming like beginning of next year. So, like, they could. I don't want them to rush that project into November of 2023, but they might have to. If Blade's not doing anything, then they're gonna have to put another project there, aren't they?
Yeah,
Like,
it's gonna have
who
to
knows
happen.
really? Yeah.
But question is for you guys: are you excited for Armor Wars now that it's a movie? Are you disappointed that it's no longer a TV series you can watch for free at home? Comment down below and let us know all your thoughts and opinions on that, guys. And let's take a look at what you guys are saying. And
Yeah.
guys, with that being our last topic of the night, we're just gonna go on to your comments and questions. For as long as you guys want to keep us here for, we're gonna be here. Or I don't know if you need to duck out at any time, man. Like just let me know. It's no
I'll stick
problem.
around. I'll stick
But
around. I love seeing this chat.
perfect. In
Love
the
seeing these
meantime,
folks.
guys, as you guys are typing in your comments and questions, let me just tell you real quick about Movie Palette. Real quick, before we continue with this video, I want to tell you guys about the great folks over at MoviePalette.com. MoviePalette takes a color of every scene from your favorite movie and puts it on a beautiful canvas. Behind me right here, I got their Back to the Future selection hanging up above me, my favorite movie of all time. And MoviePalette.com has thousands of your favorite movies to choose from. And for the wonderful viewers of the Zack Milne Talks Movies YouTube channel, you guys get 15% off of any movie palette of your choice when you go to moviepalette.com and use the promo code ZachTalks15 at the checkout. That's ZACH Talks 15. Not only will you guys get 15% off of the movie palette of your choice, but you'll also be helping out the Zack Milne Talks Movies channel tremendously. So go to moviepalette.com and use the promo code ZachTalks15 at the checkout to get 15% off of any movie palette of your choice today. And thank you to the good people over at Movie Palette for partnering up and supporting the Zack Milne Talks Movies YouTube channel. All right, guys, let's get back to the video. All right, guys, and with that down and out of the way, let's move on to your comments and questions. But before we actually get there, um, Zach, I might embarrass you a little bit here for a
Uh-oh.
second, but I want to pull this
Uh-oh.
up. I want to
Hit
pull
me.
this up real quick. So last night I told my wife, Cassidy,
Mm-hmm.
she was wanting to say hi to you, but she had to go to Bible study tonight, so she's not home. But
No
last
problem.
night, I asked her if she would help me make a thumbnail for this stream. So she basically took my phone and said, "I have an idea. Let me create one for you." And
Oh,
this is the
no.
result that she decided to go with. She really wanted me to put this on the stream, so I'm doing this for her tonight.
Oh, yeah. There we go. That's great.
She renamed the show the Zacks. I
Yep.
guess I don't know if that's a message that she sent to me or something, but
Yeah. I mean, if you guys want to keep seeing my stupid face on the Zack Milne channel, I'm down.
absolutely,
I'm
man.
down.
Oh yeah, we'll have
Yeah.
you back. But man, she made that thumbnail. She showed it to me on the iPad, and I was just like, oh my gosh.
That's funny. Oh, you do your thumbnails on an iPad too?
Yep, yep. I
Yeah.
use I've moved over to Canva. Have
See,
you ever?
I use, if anybody, a lot of people have been asking me actually what I use for my thumbnails. It's a nice little system called Adobe Spark.
Ooh,
I just go ahead and like just paste on the poster and then I just do some like quick little divots and I'm like, and there you go. It's a nice little thumbnail
nice.
there. But yeah, Canva, that's a good one.
Yeah, I
That's a good
used to
one
use this
too.
crappy little app. It was just called like Photoshop Mix, and like it came terrible resolution, all that stuff.
Nah.
And then my wife was like, "Just pay for Canva. Like it's so much better. Like just use it." So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I ended up doing, and I'm liking it so much more. Like the
Oh yeah.
quality's better. You can do more with it. It's great.
Oh, it's so awesome. It's so great. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I actually no, the movie palettes are interesting too. Like the Back to the Future one behind Zach right there. Um, I mean, yeah, no, I might as well get me one of those.
yeah, definitely check it out, man. And
Yeah.
15% off, right? That's not bad at all.
Heck yeah, movie palette.
All right, let's see here. Where did we
Let's
leave
see.
off? Oh, here we go.
Um,
Namor. Did you know that Sue Storm and Reed Richards had a son in the comics? I did. And he can like create
mm-hmm.
universes and stuff, can he?
He can. He can. And you know what else is from the comics? Reed Richards is actually the nephew of Kang the Conqueror. Very closely related to Kang the Conqueror.
Really? Oh, that's
Yep.
interesting.
Yep. So whoever they cast, I mean, my pick has been John David Washington for the longest time, which I honestly don't think is going to happen right now, just because they're eyeballing Penn Badgley. But
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, it'd be pretty cool to see an African American Reed Richards. Just
Oh
saying.
yeah, absolutely. I liked man, I really liked Michael B. Jordan's Johnny Storm and Fan Stick. I
Yeah,
like
but that's
I
fantastic,
loved
though.
that cast. Like I wish they had a better movie. I thought that was a
Yeah.
great cast.
Ugh. Yeah, and if only they had a better director who curiously was not signed on to direct a Star
Yeah.
Wars anthology
Yeah, no,
movie after
he's just
Fantastic.
gone. Josh Trank is
Well,
just
no,
gone.
he directed what was it? He directed Capone starring Tom Hardy. And that movie was
Really?
freaking weird.
Like after the Fan Stick drama or before?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was actually one of the first movies I ever reviewed on my channel. It came out like right
Oh,
peak
really?
pandemic. So, um like if you want to see like really crappy quality Zach Goller talking about Capone, you can like search into the bowels of my channel if you like are so curious to hear what I think of Capone, but it's not the best. It's not the
I
best.
love I love going to people's channels and doing the videos from newest to oldest and seeing what they were like what the first video was, or like the ones that they didn't delete. And like, do you know Jaren Talks Movies?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I know him.
He's like, I went to his oldest video. He's like 12. It's like so
Wow.
adorable.
Well, dude, you know Jacob Hubbard as well. Shout out to him, but he's
Yeah,
been doing
I did
this
his too.
doing it for like 10 years or something like that, and he's what,
Crazy.
like he was probably around the same age as Jaren was, like 12 or
Mhm.
13, something like that when he started doing this, which is
Just sitting on his bed, just talking into
just
whatever he had
crazy
available.
thinking about it that way. Because I started this what, 2 years ago. I was 20, like 23. Was looking for something to do. Um,
Yeah, pretty much how I started. My videos are I can't even watch them anymore. It's humbling. It's also like, oh, look at how far I've come, but like, it's look at
mhm.
how bad I was.
So tough to watch myself.
Second Street Marvel. TV shows aren't meant to be good. They're disposable, all of them. I don't agree with that. But
Oh,
that's an interesting take right there.
savage.
I think I missed. Did I miss Luke? Oh yeah, I missed Luke, I think. I'll binge She-Hulk before Wakanda Forever. Yeah, I think She-Hulk is ending before Wakanda. Yeah. Yeah, it's done like next week or something.
So you have an episode tomorrow and then one right after that. Yeah. So 2 more
Yeah.
episodes, which are probably going to be focused very much on Daredevil. So it's going to be interesting to see how people react to that.
That was a mistake, putting him in the marketing. I think that was, now that I've like
Well,
watched for far enough into the show, I think that was a mistake to do that.
it's
It
going to
set
be interesting to
expectations
see
too
how
high.
people receive that. It's going to be very much like Book of Boba Fett now, you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. I
where
mean,
I got so sick of watching Boba Fett sleep in that damn fish tank. Like, my word.
me too.
Like,
Like the first 3 episodes, it's just
Can
one big
we have
flashback.
something more interesting, please? And then they have to bring in Pedro Pascal in episode 5. Spoiler alert for Book of Boba Fett. I don't care. Mandalorian is in Book of Boba Fett. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they brought in I hated that they brought in this Cad Bane character, Cade Bane or whatever his name is. Like I was like, who is this? What are we
Such a
supposed to care
waste.
about?
Such a waste.
But the thing is that I'm not like, I don't like, you know, take in all the comics and take in all the cartoon shows and stuff like that. So it was literally like in the narrative of the story they were telling, when this guy popped up, I'm like, who, like, why should I care about this? My
Like,
brother's
who
going
are
like,
you?
he's in the Clone Wars, like I'm like, but I don't know who this is. They haven't introduced me to him. Like, why should I care about this conflict at all? I didn't like Book of Boba Fett. I really did not like it at all.
No, it was.
Second Street Marvel Oh, I already read that one. Second Street Marvel. She-Hulk is right down there with Loki and What If. Ooh, that's hot
Excuse
take.
me? Blocked.
Yeah, Loki. I mean, I
I'm just
respect your
kidding.
opinion. I agree with you on What If. What If was kind of to me. I didn't care for it too much. The Hank Pym episode and the Doctor Strange episode were the only ones I really enjoyed.
Of What If? Oh, I liked
Of
the
What If,
premiere.
yeah.
I liked the
What
premiere
was
a
the premiere
lot.
episode
Captain
again?
Carter.
I don't know. I didn't enjoy that one too. The zombie one was cool. The Captain
Yeah.
Carter one, I just kind of felt like, oh, it's, first Avenger, but instead of Steve, it's
I thought it was really
Peggy.
fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of
But
in my opinion. But it is what it is. They're getting a season 2, so congrats to them. Luke Ponto, it's interesting they're deciding to go down the movie route with Armor Wars, but I'm more than down for it. Yeah, me too. I honestly I don't want their Disney Plus shows to necessarily go away, but I do want them to be more decisive of like, should this be a movie or should it be a TV show? Because I feel like that's kind of been a flaw in their shows and in the way that they're scheduling things. Miss Marvel even could have been a really cool movie.
could have been. And then they do the mutant reveal during the mid credits or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
What
funny.
can
I
you do?
enjoyed the family aspect of Miss Marvel more than the superhero stuff. Like that didn't need to be a superhero show, and I still would have
I
enjoyed it.
thought the dad was so freaking hilarious in Ms. Marvel. Like,
Oh yeah,
I just want to like go to a party with him and see what he'll do. You know?
yeah. He was the MVP for sure. I agree. Second Street Marvel, Sam Jackson, but he hasn't been the headliner, but he should be. Oh, I think he's talking about older.
Stat.
He's older than Don Cheadle.
He is, but he was never the main character in any Marvel movie. I think the closest he ever got might have been either Captain Marvel or Far From Home. Like he got second billing behind Brie Larson and Tom Holland, respectively.
I feel like Captain Marvel's a good one to say that for. He was definitely supporting character.
Like peak supporting character.
Yeah. Second Street Marvel, Sidney Poitier be like, you so awesome, Don Cheadle. I don't know who Sidney Poitier is. Does that ring?
That name rings so many bells, but I'm gonna feel so crappy for not remembering like who that is. Like,
Yeah,
I'm sure people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, haha! Zach Goller does not remember who Sidney Poitier is." Like, come
yeah, I have no
on,
idea. I have no
you
idea.
know.
Luke Ponto, Don Cheadle will kill it again in Armor Wars. Yeah, I mean, he's so comfortable as this character, and it's about time that he gets his due to really shine in the spotlight as this character. Although I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna rewrite history for myself here. When I think of the Avengers, I don't think of Rhodey. Rhodey
No.
hardly ever comes into my mind. I haven't. He's always been there, but I've never really fully invested in him, to be
Okay.
honest.
You
So
want a class? You want a hot take?
what's that?
I think he should have died in Civil War.
Honestly, I felt the same way when I first watched it.
Yeah, I was sitting through that scene. I'm like, oh, he's so done. This is so sad. And then we see him walking around, and it's endearing. And I'm like, he's not dead though. Kind of takes away the impact of like that whole scene and like Cap like accidentally killing Tony Stark's like sidekick basically.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not what Cap is about or anything like that. I could have added a whole new layer of drama to that whole airport sequence and everything like that, but
Absolutely. I just want to give a
I
shout
don't
out
know.
real quick. We got 10 people watching. I hit double
Yeah.
digits. I have not hit double digits before, so that's awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining us
Dang,
tonight.
dude. Let's
That's
go.
that's exciting.
Let's
The power
go.
of the Zacks. That's the power of the Zacks right there.
There it is. If you
double
want to
the
keep
Zack,
seeing...
double the digits. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, man, that was such a silly tagline right there.
Second
Sounds like
Street
a buddy
Marvel.
cop comedy tagline.
Gonna add that tagline to that photo my wife made.
Yes. Please do that.
Second Street Marvel. Well, they did slap Captain Marvel on Carol Danvers' film.
Oh,
I think that still counts. That's her superhero name, right?
yeah.
Like that still counts as
I mean, there's technically like 3 different Captain Marvels in this universe now.
Yeah. And like Ant-Man's not called like it's not Scott Lang the movie. It's Ant-Man's not his name. So
No.
I don't think that I think I'm safe there. I don't think that counts. But nice try, Second Street Marvel. That was a good effort.
Mm-hmm.
Geek Ledger. Well, thank you for being here, man. Thank you for joining us tonight. Happy to have you.
Yeah. Nice.
And I love the name.
Nice profile picture.
Okay, hot take. They should title it War Machine because at this point, Don Cheadle deserves his own solo movie and not a starring role in an event film. I would be down for like War Machine Armor Wars or something. I don't know if War Machine alone would like get audiences excited. Not any like disrespect on his character or his acting ability, but War Machine's not a big name in the MCU to the modern general audience. I don't think.
No. Like, if they were going to slap a superhero name on that movie, it would have been Iron Man. But, again, they shouldn't do that at all.
I don't think so either. But, I mean, we'll see. Maybe they do call it War Machine. I mean, you could argue that what sells the movie isn't any title besides just Marvel. People see Marvel and they just go to it. Second Street Marvel. I want to see Tony clapping them She-Hulk cheeks. Oh, my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's
I hate my life. Do you understand me? I hate it.
Second Street Marvel hashtag bring back Tony Stark. I can't get behind that hashtag, man. I'm sorry, but like it's funny too because I say this now, like I don't want him to come back. I can't get behind the hashtag, but if they announced that he was coming back, I'd be stoked. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'd be like, oh my gosh.
I'd be stoked too if I could get over that the comment about She-Hulk.
I know, right? Paints an image that I don't want.
No.
Second Street Marvel. I really hope that don't happen. Waldron sucks. I don't think Waldron sucks. I think Waldron has arguably had one of the toughest some of the toughest writing jobs in all of the MCU. He had to write Loki and introduce the time variance in a way that like didn't make us go, what the heck is going on in the MCU? Which I mean, some people did, obviously. And
I could
like
certainly follow it.
The time what was the society called? The time
the TVA.
The TVA. The TVA is like a huge out there idea that he had to bring in and make it work. And even Multiverse of Madness, like I know that movie is a little bit more divisive than most. I like it a little bit more than most.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot
Like,
of fun, and there's a lot that he had to kind of like getting the WandaVision storyline carried over with the Doctor Strange and everything. That is not an easy task. And
no.
I think he did it in a pretty fun way. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt that he can pull off Secret Wars. That's a huge ambitious project to have to write. So I don't envy him at all.
He made Wanda
But
Maximoff a villain. So I think
one
he
of the
could do
best
anything,
villains in
really.
the MCU too.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
One of the best performances in the MCU ever still.
Oh, she's great. She's so great. And also with Avengers Secret Wars, Kevin Feige is gonna have like be in the room with him. He's gonna help him like the way that he helped the Russo brothers. Because before Winter Soldier, the Russo brothers did a community TV episode, and like Me, You, and Dupree or whatever that movie was called. Like they were not huge director names, and Kevin Feige kind of
No,
molded them and guided them and helped them get there. I think he can do the same thing with Waldron and the writing.
absolutely. I
I
agree.
do wish though that McFeely and or Christopher Marcus and Steve McFeely, I can't remember what their names are, the writers of Infinity War and Civil War and stuff like that. I do wish that they were coming back to write some stuff in the
Yeah.
MCU because man, did they kill those movies. Geek Ledger, Jon Favreau should come back for one more film and direct Armor Wars as a final goodbye to the Iron Man franchise. Yeah, that would be great. That'd be such a
That could
full
be
circle
cool.
moment.
That could be
That would be
really
really
cool.
cool.
Yeah. I would love seeing that.
Oh, and then Geek Ledger, LOL, brilliant minds think alike. I must have just said it before he wrote that in.
Yep.
Second Street Marvel, Armor Wars should be good. I hope so. I mean, if they're going to make it a theatrical film, they must feel like they have something there.
Hoping.
Yeah, here's hoping. Namor, Doctor Strange 3 should be after Shang-Chi 2. I have no idea where they're going to go with Doctor Strange 3.
Too soon to tell.
Yeah, I
Too
mean,
soon to tell.
that post-credit scene was one of the most confusing things I've ever seen.
Let's get through Shang-Chi first, and then
Yeah.
we'll figure out where Doctor Strange 3 goes.
Absolutely. Luke Ponto, even weirder, I have my smile poster below my poster for Lightyear. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Mr. M, I think you made a good point. As a series, there would be a lull in the middle. As a movie, Armor Wars should be tighter and more enjoyable. I'm hoping She-Hulk is just in that lull, but it's too long. It's got 2 episodes left. That's a long lull. Like, if you're lulling for that long, that's just not good on the series. In my opinion.
Not good at all. Not
Yeah.
good at all.
How would it be, for example, how many episodes does Breaking Bad have? Is it a 22 episode series?
No. It's like I want to say there's like 60 episodes. Something like
in
that.
a season though. In like season 1,
in a
how many
season?
Yeah.
I think it depends on where they have the story go. I honestly don't remember how. I know the first season had like 6 episodes or something like that. It was similar to The
6?
Walking Dead and how they did that way.
So yeah, it'd be like if the first 2 episodes of that was really good and then 3, 4, 5 were a lull and then 6 was good again. Like, would that be a good series?
Both are
Debatable.
AMC shows, so I think they know what they're doing in terms of structuring.
True. Geek Ledger, I think Marvel Studios should do a standalone non-MCU Miracle Man, Marvel Man film to compete with those standalone R-rated DC movies. I don't know who either of those people are. Do you know Miracle Man or
No.
Marvel Man? No. Sorry, man. I can't really say much to that, but it's an interesting idea. Elizabeth, hi, Zach. Sorry I missed some topics. Had to take a shower. No worries. No worries. You got to live life still, right? I'm just glad you came back. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Luke Ponto, what movie made you so mad as you were watching it you either wanted to walk out or turn it off?
Oh, what a question.
That's a good question. Made me so mad I wanted to turn it off or walk out.
I'm trying to.
It's probably a sequel to something. That's tough.
We'll come back to that question.
I don't know. I don't know if I go back to Rise of Skywalker, but I didn't necessarily want to walk out.
No, Rise of Skywalker is much more fun than that. It really is.
Second Street Marvel. What's your favorite Kang story? I am straight up honest. I don't know any Kang stories.
I'll tell you what it is. Second Street Marvel. I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Yeah,
the Loki season 1 finale.
The Loki season 1 finale.
That's right.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, sorry, man. The only comics I've honestly read are Spider-Man comics. Like I've gotten bundles of the volumes. I love the Venom volume, the origin of
Mhm.
Venom with Spider-Man. Like, but
I have
unless
one.
the character pops up in the
Yeah.
Spider-Man comic, I haven't read their comic to be honest.
I have one for Luke's question, by the way.
Yes.
How the Psycho 1998 remake directed by Gus Van Sant.
Oh, I haven't even bothered checking that out.
It's a shot for shot remake. It should not even exist. And
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn as Norman Bates is one of the worst casting decisions I think of all time because it just does not fit at all.
Wow. I didn't like
It's
Tim Burton's
terrible.
Dumbo. Tim Burton's Dumbo bored me. It didn't make me mad so much as it did just kind of. I just wasn't into it. I wanted to leave the theater for
I'm
that one.
sorry, I liked it.
You liked it? That's fair, man. That's
I
a
liked it.
subjective of movies, you know.
Yeah. Mhm.
But that's good, man. I just felt like he could have. I don't know. There were sequences I think I just wanted to see him do more with, and they felt kind of lackluster. Like the elephant the elephant song. I can't remember what it's called. Elephants on Parade or whatever it is. Well, he just did like the bubbles in the air during the circus. Like in the original, Dumbo
Right.
gets drunk and like
Uh-huh.
acid trips. I
Dude,
thought Tim Burton.
when I think of Elephants on Parade, I think of the Jungle Book.
Do they sing in that too?
Up, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, yes, you're
That
right.
one,
You're right.
like
You're
the
right.
and they have the general elephant who's like a drill sergeant or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, that was a
Okay.
lot
Yeah.
of. And they didn't even put that in the remake, which sucks. But come on, man.
Second Street Marvel says Luke Ponto. That's easy. Dream Girls. I don't. What is
Wow.
Dream Girls? I don't know what that is.
What is wrong with this musical theater hatred here? Man. Cats. Cats is another one.
Ooh, Cats is a good one. Cats is a good one. I got a fun video out of it, but yeah, that was rough.
Yeah.
My
I
brother
could say I could say Cat in the Hat as well from 2003, but hey, I have
guilty
nostalgia
pleasure.
from that one.
I was like
Good
4.
Baconator.
I find that movie funny. Geek Ledger. I think William Jackson Harper from The Good Place should play Reed Richards with Kristen Bell as Sue Storm and Zac Efron as Johnny Storm and Liv Schreiber as Ben Grimm.
Absolutely not. I'm sorry. No. Zac Efron is too old to play Johnny Storm now.
Yeah. I don't know. Kristen Bell as Sue Storm. I don't see it.
No. No. You know who it's going to be is Jodie Comer.
Probably. That's what all the reports are saying.
So,
Most likely.
Liev Schreiber I can see out of this list for sure because he's a very, very skilled actor, very famous in a lot of respects. But, and
Yeah. The thing
I
about
mean,
Ben Grimm, though, is that you like. Actually, it's interesting because I believe they said they're not going to do an origin story for the Fantastic Four. So if you
no.
don't see his origin, you really just need a voice guy because it's going to be CGI
Well,
anyways.
it's between him and Joel Edgerton for me, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see.
Second Street Marvel. I almost walked out of the theater. Oh, for
Oh,
Dream Girls. Geek Ledger. I really don't get the hate for the Marvel Disney Plus shows and the Phase 4 movies. I personally think Marvel Studios has never been better than it is now. Wow, that's a strong statement. I don't hate the Disney Plus shows. Don't get me wrong. And I don't hate Phase 4, although I do think it is the weakest. Phase 3, I just think was so strong. It's hard to come off that strong of a phase.
yeah,
Phase 4 has had some
probably.
great stuff. I mean, Phase 4 has given us No Way Home. I personally
Shang-Chi.
yeah, Shang-Chi is great. I personally like Multiverse of Madness. They've done a lot more with the TV shows than movies now that I'm looking up and seeing it. But
And I, for one, loved Thor: Love and Thunder. Not a lot of people did, though.
have you watched it again since it's come on
Oh
like
yeah.
Disney Plus and stuff?
Oh, absolutely. I have. Where is it? No, I just got the Steelbook too. So
Oh, that's nice.
out of here. Yeah, no, it's like the teaser poster, Best Buy exclusive. You have the Mighty Thor on the back too.
That's awesome. I haven't picked up a
Neato,
copy
man.
yet, but I really I
Best
enjoyed
Buy.
it in the theater. Like I laughed a lot in the theater and enjoyed it. I haven't felt the desire to watch it again. Like it came on Disney Plus, I scrolled past it. I haven't picked up the physical copy yet. I definitely will at some point, but it's one of those movies where it's like feels one and done for me, at least for now. I'll definitely revisit it again one day. Second Street Marvel. Miss Marvel is the best series they've done on Disney Plus. I still think WandaVision is the best. You're a Loki guy. I know you like Loki the best.
It's tied between Loki and Moon Knight for me. I can't pick between those two. Both those
Yeah.
are too good. Moon Knight just gets so insane towards the end. Like I just can't I can't take
Yeah.
my eyes off of it. It's so amazing. And Oscar Isaac is unbelievable in Moon Knight as well. If you've never seen Moon Knight, anybody in the chat, definitely seek that one out, if
Yeah.
nothing else.
It's interesting. Moon Knight overall is like lower on my list. Like out of the
Really?
8, yeah, out of the 8, it's honestly probably like 7 or 5. But the
Wow.
premiere episode is my favorite premiere episode of the Disney Plus Marvel shows. That episode, I watched it like and I never do this with the Disney Marvel shows. I watched it like 3 times. I
Yeah.
loved it. It was intriguing. I fell in love with the character of Steven. I loved that first episode. The series as a whole, though, kind of wasn't for me.
That's because there's so much to analyze.
Yeah. Oh, episode 5 of that show, too, was phenomenal. Geek Ledger. I loved Miss Marvel. My dad grew up in India, so he's very familiar with the culture of South Asia, and he was always pointing at the TV going, "I understand that reference." Oh, that's awesome. I love that. That's great.
Oh yeah.
I liked Miss Marvel for like kind of teaching me more about the culture, because I like going into Miss Marvel, I didn't know anything about anything. And they did a really good job, I think, in embracing that part of the family and portraying it. And I feel like I learned some stuff through it, so that was cool.
Certainly.
Lisbeth, I did not like Loki. Yeah, I mean Loki was really out there. I don't think it was. My wife didn't like Loki, for example. I don't think it was for everybody. But it was ambitious. I'll give it that, and it didn't fully work all the way through for me. But it had a really great finale, and the setup was good too.
You guys don't know what you're missing.
You must be pretty stoked for season 2, huh?
Are you kidding me? They're bringing back Data from the Goonies for that series? Come on now. How can you not love
Oh,
Loki
that's
season 2?
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Ki Huey Kwan after coming off the Everything Everywhere All at Once momentum. Now he's coming into Loki season 2 and I'm like, give me more of him, please. He needs more projects. If he makes a cameo as Short Round in Indy 5, by the way, I mean, childhood made.
Oh yeah, I mean I could see it happening. That would be really cool.
Mhm.
Second Street Marvel. It was Vision that nearly killed Rhodey, not Cap. Oh, okay, we must have misspoke there. Thanks for
Yeah,
correcting us,
yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I just didn't remember.
Luke Ponto. I didn't watch Hawkeye or Miss Marvel, but I will catch up since I loved Moon Knight. Hawkeye was okay.
That's another. I loved Hawkeye. I don't care what anybody says. That was
Yeah,
so fun. Uh,
I I had almost the same thing with Cad Bane as I did with Kingpin. The way that he was introduced a little bit.
I knew exactly who he was. I knew exactly who he was. I was
Yeah,
like, they're bringing back Vincent D'Onofrio. This is freaking insane. You know,
I've
like
never watched the Netflix show. I've seen the
freaking
first episode
fantastic,
actually. I've seen the first
fantastic.
episode. You know what it is though? That's so I find so daunting about it is I don't know how to like because like for the Arrowverse for example on CW, I watched that week to week. So when it was like a flash episode in the middle of the season was like, oh, come back next week because it's going to continue in Arrow. Then I would know when to go and watch Arrow to continue the story. Because they've all dropped on Netflix, I don't know where to stop and go to Jessica Jones and then back to Daredevil to continue a story. How do I get to the Defenders? Like, I know there's probably a way I could look it up online and figure all this out. It just
More than
seems like a lot of
likely,
work. It just seems like so much
tons
work.
of work.
Yeah.
Tons of
So it's
work, man.
that kind of turned me off to it. Like, can I watch all 3 seasons of Daredevil without missing something from the other shows, or watching the other shows is that essential to watching episodes in Daredevil? Like the Defenders, how
I
much does the
mean,
Defenders play into Daredevil season 3 or 2, whatever it is?
to my knowledge, it's been a while since I've sat through Daredevil, so I don't really think it ties into the Defenders at all. Um, I mean, I would just look at it as its own standalone project.
Yeah.
That may just be me, but
One day I'm sure I will.
yeah.
But We'll see. Namor, did you see the leaked Loki 2 season 2 trailer at D23? No, I don't watch leaked trailers. Well, okay.
I
I have
wasn't
in the
in Anaheim
past.
either. So
No?
I was not in
Yeah.
Anaheim. Like I was in Anaheim like 2 weeks after the fact.
When Infinity War, when that trailer got shown, I think it was at D23 when the year it was coming out. My brother and I watched the leaked trailer of that. And when that crappy Spider-Man No Way Home shot on a phone trailer came out, we tried watching that. But I kind of just came to the conclusion that like I don't want my first experience to be these crappy resolution, can't hear the audio.
Terrible.
Like that's not a way I want to experience the trailer.
No.
So I saw that season 2 of Loki leaked. I saw that the Indiana Jones trailer leaked. That's tempting. I will admit that one is tempting. I haven't watched it. I haven't watched season 2, and I'm holding on to that until the HD versions come out.
Yeah, same.
Cassidy's in here. You showed them. I showed them, honey. I showed the picture. You're welcome.
Good job, Cassidy.
Elizabeth, for me, Loki was my least favorite of the Disney Plus shows. I was kind of bored, but there was some enjoyment.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here. All this low-key hate, I can't stand it.
I didn't expect there was so much. That's really funny. All right, so continuing on. I'm actually looking at the background a little bit because I've never really seen Zach's background with him out of the way. Nice. Second Street Marvel. Carol Danvers is Miss Marvel. Captain Marvel is Marvel. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you're doing there. Yeah, that's distinction. Yeah, that's awesome. I would not. I do not catch on to that. But I know what you're saying there. Mr. M, if War Machine dies in Civil War, does that take away from Iron Man's death in Endgame? Iron Man earned being the first Avengers hero death. If War Machine dies in Civil War, I don't think so. I don't think it would take away from Iron Man's death.
It does not take away from it.
Yeah, not at all. I see what you're saying, but
want to know why? It's because Iron Man would be a man on a mission from that point on. You know, not that he wasn't already, but
that's a good point too.
I think it would up his stakes so much more. That's just me.
Luke Ponto. After thinking more and more about Moon Knight, it's now my favorite MCU show. Nice, man. That's awesome.
Let's go.
Lisbeth, my top 3 Disney Plus shows are Hawkeye, Moon Knight, and She-Hulk. Oh, you're really enjoying She-Hulk. That's awesome. You know, I have seen that like a lot of the female viewers are relating to the show, which I think is awesome. Like if it's working for them, it's working for them, and that's great. It's just I just kind of fell off of it.
Skip down to Second Street Marvel here.
Yeah. Second Street Marvel. I'm giving you all a pass on all these terrible opinions since you all don't even know who Sidney Poitier is. When you learn who he is, you'll know why I'm giving you a pass for all this. Man,
damn.
It does seem familiar. Do you want to look him up real quick?
Yep, I'm on it. Hold on.
See what's going on.
I know I've heard this name, but I can't like. Oh, he's an actor. He's an actor. I thought he was a director. Okay. Passed away actually this past January, which is very tragic. The first black actor and the first Bahamian to win the Academy Award for Best Actor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I knew I heard that name before, but I just couldn't put a name to the face. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, may he rest in peace. That's sad news.
I've seen this dude before, man. What have I seen him in? What have I seen him in? I need to look at his filmography. Here we go. All right, keep going.
All right. Geek Ledger. Miracle Man is basically Marvel's version of Watchmen or The Boys. Oh, that would be fun then. Check that out. Luke Ponto. Morbius made me want to walk out. Oh, that's a popular one, I'm sure. That did make me mad. Actually, now that I think about it, that's a good pick. I did want to turn the movie off.
Man.
I was watching it at home.
You know, next.
Second Street Marvel. That's because Tim Burton sucks too. Ooh,
what?
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Excuse me?
I don't think Tim Burton sucks. I do think he's hit and miss for me though. Love Beetlejuice. Hate Charlie and the Chocolate
Factory.
Factory.
You ever see this one? Sweeney Todd? Anybody?
Todd. No, I haven't seen that one.
John,
A kid at school wanted me to watch that, but it sounded so demented. I
it's
didn't
a
want to watch it.
musical. It's a musical, actually. Johnny Depp
Really?
plays the lead and he sings in it. Helena Bonham Carter, of course. Alan Rickman is your villain in that, and he is phenomenal.
Sold. I'm gonna have to watch that
Yep.
soon.
2007 release.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Bree Moore, the second Percy Jackson movie, The Sea of Monsters, made me want to walk out. Yeah, my wife doesn't like that one. She showed me the first movie because it's from her childhood, and then she's like, "We don't need to watch the other one. We're done."
we can skip ahead.
Blue Ponto, speaking of Tim Burton, are you excited for the Wednesday series on Netflix? Not really. Are you excited for that?
I'm kind of indifferent towards it. There's other stuff on Netflix that I'm very much looking forward to more than the Wednesday series. I completely forgot that Mr. Harrigan's Phone released on Netflix today, and that's a new Stephen King adaptation with the kid
Oh,
from
cool.
It starring in it.
Which one?
Billy, Jaden Martell, as he's known now.
Nice.
So I'm curious to check it out. We'll see. I think Donald Sutherland's in it, but could be
Elizabeth
wrong on
says,
that
"Sorry,
one.
Zach, I got to go. Have a busy day ahead of me. Had a lot of fun. Have a good rest of your stream, everyone." Well, thank you for being here, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining us tonight, and I hope you have a great day tomorrow.
Heck yeah.
Luke Ponto, I wanted to walk out of Firestarter not just because of the horrible audience in the theater, but because the movie
Oh,
bored me. Dude,
that's a good pick too.
Zac Efron needs to get a better agent.
That's what
Like,
I said. That's what
I-
I said. Firestarter sucked so hard.
I love like Zac Efron, but his movies suck. The large majority of them. Like, it's so
Yeah, man.
depressing.
I mean, yeah, you just got to get a better agent. Yeah, I agree.
I was excited for the Greatest Beer Run, and then I saw really poor reviews, and I was like, I just don't want to put myself through another crappy Zac Efron movie.
Hey, I think he's funny in Baywatch. I think he's funny in Neighbors
Baywatch
too.
is one that I thought he was really funny in. Actually, him and The Rock worked well. The movie itself wasn't great, but he was really funny in it.
Yeah, Neighbors 2, I thought he was really funny too.
Yeah, I didn't get past Neighbors 2. The first one was pretty good, but Neighbors 2.
Oh yeah, no. For some reason, I thought he was just in the second one. Ha! Stupid me.
My brother's in here saying Zac Efron has the crimson chin. That is cruel, man. That's so mean.
Is your brother Zac Efron's agent by chance?
Oh man, he probably would put him in better stuff if he was. Second Street Marvel. Love and Thunder is what made me decide I wasn't watching Wakanda Forever in theaters. What? As soon as I walked out, I was like, well, not gonna see Wakanda Forever. My friend was like, what? And hey, me too. That's interesting. I mean, to each its own, but honestly, two completely different movies, dude. You're gonna get different experiences from them.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely if you're feeling like that, maybe wait for the review, see what people are saying, make up your own mind. But I think Wakanda Forever could be like the culmination of Phase 4. I hope that it's a big, epic, just
it is
ending to all of this, right?
Confirmed that it's the final movie of Phase 4.
Yeah.
And then once Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania comes out, boom, Phase 5. We're full throttle in there.
Ant-Man. Cannot wait for Ant-Man.
I am not emotionally ready for Guardians 3, dude. Like, I'm not ready to see Rocket die. What?
I don't know if they're gonna kill off Rocket, but I think
Drax. They totally are. They totally are, dude. But we'll see.
Oh well, yeah, we'll find out.
We'll see.
Second Street Marvel. Hawkeye was good. Marvel Studios almost hit their stride in that one. Yeah, Hawkeye is either like you love it or you don't like it all that much.
I love that it starts with a musical theater version of the Battle of New York.
That was like, so. And Ant-Man is part of it, and he's like, yeah, he wasn't there. That guy wasn't even a part of this.
I may have a little bias, but anyway,
they did the full performance at D23 for the audience. Did you watch that? Someone filmed it on. People filmed it on their phones.
It made me so happy.
It was so good.
I need that to be a real thing.
Yeah, me too, man. Yeah. Adrian Diaz. Hey, Zach and Zach. Good to tune in. Well, thank you for being here, Adrian. Thank you for joining us tonight. My top 3 Disney... Oh, this is Adrian Diaz again. My top 3 Disney Plus shows are Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You don't get much love for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I actually, when I think back on Falcon and Winter Soldier, I really enjoyed that series.
Liked that one, dude.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see Wyatt
I
Russell
mean,
continue as U.S. agent in
the Flag
Thunderbolts.
Smashers were boring, but other than that, I
Yeah,
liked everything else.
it's tricky too because they had such problems because they were filming smack dab in the middle of the COVID, and
Hmm.
it messed up their production. I think they did the best with what they could with it, and I think it turned out
Bingo.
pretty decent.
Yeah.
Luke Ponto, I love Sweeney Todd. Well, there
It's
you
a
go.
hidden gem. It's a
There's a
hidden
fan right
gem, brother.
there. Geek Ledger. My top three. My top three Disney Plus shows are 3 She-Hulk, 2 Miss Marvel, and 1 Moon Knight. My favorite MCU adjacent show is Agents of Shield. That's a good way of putting it. Adjacent show, and my favorite standalone Marvel show is Legion. Wow,
Mm,
that's an interesting. My adjacent show is Agents of Shield. What would you count like the Netflix shows as a adjacent Marvel?
probably like the Punisher and Luke Cage and all that stuff. Probably Jessica
Yeah.
Jones. Um, don't be surprised to see Jessica Jones in the MCU sooner or later either. But
Yeah, I could see them bringing her into like maybe like the Daredevil show that they're going to be doing.
maybe, yeah. That's 18 episodes. They got a lot they can do there.
No kidding. Luke Ponto, The Invitation had a very boring first half, but the third act really improved the movie for me. Have you
Didn't
seen The
see it.
Invitation? No?
Didn't see it.
Okay.
No.
I got no opinion on that then, so moving on. Second Street Marvel. It boils down to Marvel Studios has to earn my money back. Okay. Yeah, fair
Hmm.
enough. So you probably haven't been enjoying Phase 4 very much then.
Yeah.
That's fair. Geek Ledger. I'm still confused about the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Is it Phase 4, Phase 5, or is it Phase
Mm,
4.5? First of all, that's supposed to come out in December, isn't it?
it is. Yep. Because they shot that pretty much concurrently with Volume 3.
Right.
Um, So no, it's supposed to come out this holiday season, which I'm very, very excited for.
Yeah.
Very excited to see more new Guardians content.
I'm
Um,
very excited for it too.
should be, I think, I
I
don't
see
know.
it as Phase 4, but also at the same time, I think it's out of the phases. Like I think it's just kind of going to be its own fun thing. I don't think it's going to have much consequences or connections to the overall story going on in the movies.
I don't want to dampen people's expectations, but that could be Phase 4's epilogue.
Possibly.
That
I feel like it's a weird thing to do with the holiday special. I'm just expecting like a a special like
well, it's a weird thing
what
to
the
do a
name suggests.
Halloween special, and look what they did.
Mm. Yeah, coming this Friday, right? Werewolf by Night.
I was so sad. I was telling Zach earlier, I was like, I was so hyped when I got home because I thought it was out today. I'm going to sit down and watch it before I go on stream. And sure enough, it's not out until Friday. And I'm like, well, shoot.
Yeah.
Shoot. But
So curious to see what they're gonna do with that. Namor, I Am Groot season 2 should happen. No, it should not. I'm sorry. Got a little
nope.
tickle in my throat. No. I watched the first episode. It was only 5 minutes long with like 2 minutes of credits. What the heck is that? Um, cute for kids, but honestly, don't waste the CGI artists' time on that. They are already so backed up and so stressed. And we've heard the reports of how harsh their hours are and how horrible it is right now. Don't make
Yeah.
them animate an I Am Groot season 2. That's just cruel.
My word. My word.
Adrian Diaz, Zach, you were right with me. I'm not ready to see Rocket die either.
No.
Why do you think Rocket's gonna die?
I don't know. I mean, like, because James Gunn was teasing that this is going to be kind of an examination into like Rocket's background. And like,
Mm,
it just feels like what else can they do with him after this, you know?
I guess that's a good point. Yeah. Luke Ponto, have you guys seen the Christmas horror movie Krampus? I have seen Krampus. It was
Have
fun.
not seen it.
No, it's fun. It's like not great, but it's fun. Adrian Diaz, will you guys be watching Amsterdam tomorrow night?
Actually, I'm thinking of either seeing that or the Lyle Crocodile thing. That's a
Yeah.
musical.
I don't know if I'm gonna go see Amsterdam. I was kind of curious about it. The reviews haven't been great about it. The thing that I'm kind of in right now, kind of like behind the scenes, I guess, kind of talk. Um, I have the Child's Play to edit still, and then I have more commentaries to shoot. And I
Mhm.
think the commentaries are gonna get more views than the movie review because everyone's talking about Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So I feel like I should be spending my time more on the commentaries than the movie reviews right now, because I think that's where
Mhm.
the views are gonna be.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
With that said, Zach, I actually think I may have to sign off at this time.
Yeah,
But
absolutely, man. Oh, wow, 2 hours and
yeah,
15 minutes we've been going for? Oh my goodness.
man, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I am down to do this anytime with you guys. You all have been awesome out here. It's been such an honor to be here. If you haven't already, subscribe to Zach Milne for sure.
Dude,
Subscribe.
wait, plug yourself, dude. Absolutely.
Yes, yes. So you can find me at Zack Goller on Twitter. I am old school Zach. That's the username that you'll find there for me. Of course, I'm just there under my real name, Zack Goller on YouTube. I just talk about all new things, movies, and entertainment. I have 4 entries out of 13 for this year's Halloween special so far already uploaded, so you guys can go ahead and enjoy those. I'm going to be reviewing Sinister next up in that special. Of course, I'll be talking about Werewolf by Night once that comes out, Amsterdam, uh, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Halloween Ends, which comes out next week, and I'm not excited about it, but yeah, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you guys so much. And keep loving the movies, keep loving life, and all that good stuff.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for being here, man. Thank you so much for joining. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you, man. Yeah, we'll have to do this again soon. All right.
Absolutely. We'll get you back on real soon.
All right. See you later, man.
See ya, man. Have a good night. All right, guys, and we'll just keep going. It wow, 2 hour show, guys. This is crazy. Thank you guys so much for being here. All the engagement, all the comments. We're gonna probably start firing through these pretty quickly now. So let's just get to it. Luke Ponto, I rewatched Studio 666 a few days ago, and it did not hold up well after a second watch. I wanted to see that. I don't think it came to my theater. It just kind of breezed by me. I haven't found anywhere to watch it yet, so I'll have to look for that, man. But that's too bad. Namor, bye. I'll see you next week. Well, bye, Namor. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you for joining us. I had a blast talking with you, man. Geek Ledger. Yeah, James Gunn said on Twitter it's an epilogue to Phase 4 and a preview of what's to come in Volume 3. So there's definitely going to be a big cliffhanger that gets picked up in Volume 3. Well, if James Gunn said it, I'm not going to argue against James Gunn. Luke Ponto, have you guys seen Let Me In? It's directed by Matt Reeves and it's a remake of Let the Right One In. I have not seen Let Me In. That sounds like a horror movie to me. So let me know if you're still in here, Luke, if that's a horror movie or not. But I have not seen it. Second Street Marvel. It's not a Phase 4 thing. The shows are okay. The Eternals is the best of, followed by Shang-Chi, Black Widow, No Way Home. Okay, so you weren't big on No Way Home. Multiverse of Madness, Thor, trash. I don't hold the shows against them. All right, fair enough, man. Well, at least you're enjoying the shows. I mean, at least there's something for you to enjoy, right? Like I'm still enjoying Marvel, even though Phase 4 has been the weakest of the phases, in my opinion. I still think it's given us a lot of fun and great stuff. So I'm pretty happy with it. Hello, hey there, hi. I know who this is. This is my brother again. Phase 4 had a good start, but then Eternals happened. Yeah, you really don't like Eternals. I find it so funny. I thought Eternals was fine. A little too long. Adrian Diaz. I think Rocket is going to die because the High Evolutionary will be the villain, and he's the one that created Rocket. Oh, so it'd be like a full circle kind of thing. That's interesting. That's a good eye. That's a good way to look at it. Luke Ponto, both or horror movies. Oh, well, there you go. I probably won't be watching them. Maybe next year's Halloween reactions, I'll watch those. All right, guys, we are all caught up with the comments and questions. If you have a couple more you want to throw in there before we are off for the night, definitely do so. But in the meantime, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for talking, engaging. Thank you to my friend and special guest, Zack Goller, once again. And of course, thank you everyone who's watching live, watching the replay, watching over at the Zack Milne or listening over at the Zack Milne Talks Movies podcast. Again, guys, that podcast is available wherever you can get your podcasts if you want to just hear the audio of the show and you can't make it live. With that said, it looks like all the comments or questions are caught up. You guys haven't typed in any more, so we're going to call it a night. Thank you guys so much. Bree Moore saying thank you. Have a good night. You too, Bree. Thank you for being here. Have a great night. And once again, guys, we'll see you next week. Same Zack time, same Zack